ja otutu ne nyina kama pa e de amaye na fi yetimi nyema nyina so yetimi akoyi nti anopai ma mo ache ama akwaba na me gidi sa wo ho ye de sa anopai wo ho ye okay so wo ho ye de a erenyame ase sa wo ho nye nso a kai na hunu se ebeyi pa eya na nyankopon se eya dom ena oma ne suye so ebiribia isansase ose ohwe ye tirene a ye de a anke bia nyina ye firi nanim sanse obia aye bone one way or the other enti nyina no eya dom ena ebiribia no ye de ebutu nyankopon anim na ohunu ye mobo na ebiri nyina so no okan ho na oye ya dom enti se wasore anopai na wotinkwam moja edu mafurisa no techamada bodwi mu a na ne obetimi ayi nyina no se odi aseda ebema otwedi ampo nyankopon bidia ne Kwaku Dawuro Ghana fo nyina Dawuro na anopai me na matena se edi movement in the morning jumedi de bremo anopai issues be ho, but there are two main issues still. The argument about the stabilization and the appreciation of the Ghana signal still ongoing. Na enkrofo bebre kansen bebre ndra on the social media and even the traditional media no na ayehe NDC for claim say omuna aba ama Ghana and signal enya hoden. But the fact is that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia a challenge you say moma ye one policy, just a single policy mobile ya ma implement ama ne signal enya hoden, and there's nothing to show. Amunya bibia. Until we go into that issue and pay na achimwasem. Then the other big issue has to do with the Chief Justice Gertrude Isaba Tokunu, the suspension and then subsequent appearance before the Justice Gabriel Scott Poamai committee. So that issue is also on our table today. And for the first time, the Chief Justice, another suspended Chief Justice, were filing a suit at the Supreme Court against the 5-member committee and the Attorney General. And this is the first time, you see, the Chief Justice, who is supposed to be the apex, in fact, of all judges in Ghana, except Oko before the colleague judges, now Oko make a case. But you see, I'm being careful in order not to be not to run into any contempt issues, because Osha Sania and Yema AC Air Conwa. Me bacho betimi ako back. No akwa There are 5 cases so far, and a Chief Justice in Semi Baye no ako the Supreme Court of Ghana. No akwa hesen a ruling no aba. And there is a certain trend. Say any case involving the Chief Justice Biano, the acting Chief Justice no etnaso, Justice Bafo Boni. Na uruli against any case biya aba. I favor the Chief Justice BR. So there are issues onto it. Now people are saying say Godfrey Yebo Adame lawyer ma the suspended Chief Justice no enkoye na ema somebody politics. I'm saying wow, how can you say this? Because the whole issue is political already. Because you have the lawyer for the president, John Dramani Mahama, in the person of Justice Chachuchi Kata. In the last election petition no na ono ene Mahama lawyer obi anso nim say Chachuchi Kata is in the heart of the NDC legal practice. You have John Mahama, the lawyer BM, in the person of Oliver Bakavombo, and then Speaker of Parliament no suye Colossus in the NDC, the lawyer lawyer title sorry no so most of the NDC cases are Supreme Court on the lawyer Edema. And these are the petitioners, the president lawyer, the Speaker of Parliament and the lawyer, and then president the other lawyer, and the petitioners are against the Chief Justice. And you are saying, sir, Godfrey Dame shouldn't represent the suspended Chief Justice. Is that what people are saying? And they are saying, sir, a conflict of interest and all that. Wow. And we'll get into those issues. Na the imusem nyinano the abremo. The whole issue is political because the situation is supposed to be in camera, but this is the case. The president of the republic aye the petition command no the petition no a man NDC communication officer Sami Jamfi, and Sami Jamfi was taking the petition and the Chief Justice's response from one radio station to other, and from one TV station to the other, and then also publishing it on his social media. So Samamani Kase Asamono Yankan the publica. I don't see anything wrong with it, because the president Ama Samono Abe public already. It's Asamono now is public. And it's a mamino see you're trying in the court of public opinion there. You Asamono in the full glare of the Ghanaian people. Now Ubia Ehu the issue will pan out. But because for mischief, one person they are now saying said they don't support the public hearing. Ghana for should rise up now Yenkasa Intia. The issue should be put before every Ghanaian will be able to be happy. Now the mischief and the wicked intentions against the suspended Chief Justice. Begin the Kwaku Dawuro. Ma yefa Judicial enfa emremo na afi God in that 17 na hin consem ni. Say NDC for a bomb home name. I say dollar no ne no akofem. Na se dollar bo akofem dia omuna aye ama dollar bo akofem. Nti obisa a simple question say wo so no aye ama dollar akofem dia e de na wo ye ema dollar ekofem. Ene me hu se Sami Jamfi trotro on social media. NDC Thomas Ampeminyako, the deputy finance minister, no Ababe Kasa, na finance minister no mu Abekasa, and then a host of NDC Munina Kasa. But anope was simple exercise. Osha Ghana sid na ho den no a. Enuti na ye mu bi kasa kire NPP for say. You see, NPP aban no a na eye Ande Kufuado ne Bawumia no. They have taken the bitter pill. Oh, I say we have ya. Na one number dre pa. The end result and say even though a drone no the relief bro because my funya no ejai. But unfortunately a brea a hotono bano na NPP efia bemu. Obi be say me ka say bitter pill na den ade. Debt exchange program a NPP aban eye nunti pension for bisi kaka mu na nkrofo bi gi haircut ni ade na mabufo baye no kranti nkrofo anto aba no. Sad difficult but necessary decision na NPP aban take ye no. The response na ye hui. Because the effect of the domestic and the international debt exchange program no and say Ghana ka biye sanka yetua anka bribia besesa forest e de akwa tua no ya suspend sa eka no e de bia ko next year any ade. So now Ghana ban enye in the rush and in the fix and so per forest na odiko tua sa eka no nti ama aban space wo hono ma aban etimi home. The second one and say aban ya oba yi on spend it because you see ano onya sign any major contract, onya nye any major project, onya nye any major payment biya. And the government is not spending. Why don't the campaign or the two on them? And it's the one spending there. Then what will happen? The third issue, and they say the American government is taking some economic decisions. As economic decisions, any adverse friend is saying impact on the American economy. And the dollar losing value across the globe. Oko Nigeria say naira no cry of all people, and naira Kenya holding. Oko Zimbabwe no man all over, and holding about Mexico. So Ghana so yenya holding be. Then the fourth issue will be the impact of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's novel vision and novel idea. A friend is a gold reserve. Now NDC buy on far policy BMI. Look, Nana Akufo-Addo policies are on ebi ono mo a and na why renaming and rebranding no dey ba. One typical example, you start. Na ehye Mami Kosi Yankee ase. Na oye say ye ma enkrofo sika titiri mabu sika de koye adwuma. NGC ba joma ba yi, wa renaming no so e friend adwumawura. Adwumawura den e ba be ye, the same procedure, the same thing. Say ye be ma e mabu sika e de akwa koye adwuma. And now why na Kofi Japan no moto no ma ye fan Crawford no koto adwuma mu a na ukosua adwuma na aban atua otinusa na aban sama 700 cedis or so every month se fato aduane di no eno ana dwoma ha bai oh yeah anane watu ni say national apprenticeship program the same thing. Then the other issue no say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia had the novel idea ebaye na your friend gold for oil any a friend is saying gold reserve gold reserve program na auto gold so because ohun say gold no ebi eniho ohun say Ghana oman a eye oman ti aseman ti say Ghana ye oman a yetufu magudie na ewiase nyina gitum say wo kan man a etufu magudie pa no a na Ghana eka ho na ye ni gold reserve. Your gold reserve I want just about 8 point something tons. Less than 9, even 9 tons. To Dr. Bawumia, and this vision and this idea ebaye. And you see, my main cover video of Dr. Bawumia, abria na all kasa about the introduction of the gold reserve. Na infancho so and next NDC for babemu. Na wo bo home run say. And ne Ghana ye reserve international gross international reserve drew 10.6 billion. Na ye bisa say out of the 10.6 billion oba ba mu say na wo de aka ho because ansana na Akufo-Addo beko no na Akufo-Addo aban international gross international reserve of 8.98 billion Ghana cedis. So we have deduction from NDC 10.6 billion no more kanoa. Ni omo de aka ho 1.63 billion. So if Ghana see nanya holding because of your gross international reserve there, then you have contributed just a minute portion of the gross international reserve. Because gross international reserve $10.6 billion. Nana Akufo-Addo ne Bawumia building 8.98 billion. And now buy what the 1.62 at the account. So how do you claim say your gross international reserve now ya build that to and message nenya holding no you now be take credit for that. Gold purchasing programmer Dr. Bawumia the buyer and then ye. One so buy what the just 0.8 per na babeka out of the 31.7 na what the contribution wom 0.8. So how do you claim say one now the no aba? The second issue is that say what fa Ghana and some fee is claiming say abai wato gold aton worth 2.7 billion. That you see hana trick no one and this is for us and baby. Okay, say abran MPP ba mu na na asaf ma fuko Dubai no Dubai aban catch Ghana aban say gold nko a wato Ghana $2.2 billion. 7.7 billion dollars. Ye be share Ghana records no na gold Ghana buying ato akowia nyina for the year 2016 na 2.2 billion. Meanwhile na Dubai for some nko ato gold $7 billion e dey free Ghana ho And the question then say gold no more ton hefa na send this buy. Sami Janfi is claiming say omaton gold about 2.7 billion. Now out of 2.7 billion, now the declaration of the Bank of Ghana and say buy cocoa no money ada ni ayi nyina no about 1.6 billion and abekam. So if you are going by Sami Janfi's 2.7 billion now, then your gross domestic international reserve no should be 11.1 billion and not 10.6 billion. Sanya NDC ne Bank of Ghana ne Finance Ministry catch no. So why they didn't track catch? Because so also the 2.7 billion be count 8.98 billion kufa India. You should be getting in excess of about 11.1 billion. And not the 10.6 billion na mo catch no. But something first of all, yenko tie Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia somewhere 2023 abra na oka gold purchasing program na Bank of Ghana aye under the MPP government. I know Dr. Bawumia anchored that program. Yenko tie Dr. Bawumia Marcisia.
As our foreign exchange reserves have declined, the depreciation of the cedi, as I have noted, has accelerated. A major source of cedi depreciation has been the demand for foreign exchange to finance the import of oil products. In fact, our import of oil products is around $3 billion annually. Persistent cedi depreciation increases the cost of living with higher prices for fuel, transportation, utilities, food, and so on. Many governments, including ours, are facing a very difficult economic crisis that requires solutions that must come out of the box. How do we stop the depreciation? How do we stop the persistent increases in the prices of fuel and utility? We have been thinking about this long and hard. When you think about it, ladies and gentlemen, the challenge that we face is a limited access to foreign exchange, as our foreign exchange reserves have depleted and the demand has not fallen, but the demand has been relatively steady for that lower foreign exchange reserves. And so the demand exceeds the supply, and then you have depreciation. So the thinking that we said, okay, how do we get in more foreign exchange reserves for the country to be able to stem this gap between the demand and the supply? One of the things that occurred to us and to me was, why aren't we able to accumulate reserves in terms of gold? We have focused on accumulating reserves over the years in terms of US dollars and other currencies. But gold is a foreign exchange reserve. And the unique feature of gold is that we are endowed with gold. We produce gold in Ghana, which means you don't have to export gold to earn that foreign exchange. You have to export cocoa, you have to export timber and other goods, foods and so on, to earn the foreign exchange. With gold, immediately you dig it up, it is foreign exchange. Yeah, so you are essentially digging up foreign exchange. So I said, let me check how much gold we have accumulated in Ghana thus far. And when you look at the data between independence and 2021, we had accumulated just 8 tons of gold. 8 tons. We are one of the largest gold producing countries in the world. But we had accumulated 8 tons. When I looked at the United States, they have over 8,000 tons. The IMF, many other countries in Europe are dealing with gold reserves of over 2,000 tons. And we have 8 tons of gold. We proceeded to say the Bank of Ghana, we suggested to the central bank to begin a gold purchase program systematically to build up our reserves in gold. And the gold program started last year, and it is proceeding quite well.
All right, so this is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia about the gold purchasing program. And this is how the gold purchasing program came to be. And said, na oba bemu na adia etrikese a ewi adwe etira esondaye nyansa ehunu say yam building a gold reserve na yemfa embark ye currency na currency no enya ahoden na waba na wo say PMMC a eto gold no waba be sesande din iron gold board na also be the same exercise. How do you claim say wo na why bibi? Because Dr. Bawumia is there, and that is the reason why Dr. Bawumia no be a simple question say NDC4 should come out and tell Ghanaians omobaye one policy out diaba and amen now to makasakasa no. Where a simple question for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, just a simple question, just a simple
situation of the city that we have seen recently. I think one of the things that if you ask a simple question to NDC to point out exactly what policy they have implemented that has resulted in the appreciation of the city, they cannot tell you one that has been implemented, not sort of talked about, but actually implemented. They cannot tell you one such policy. They only pass their budget in March. They've not even issued any contracts and paid for anything, pretty much. So you cannot ascribe what is happening to the currency to a policy that they have implemented. There's no such policy that has been implemented that has had that impact. Yeah.
All right. Asante me that say. So Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia for you. Mamema da sebra kwa banefi minino enko through the data I ho. Da sebre. Dawuro. Da sebre. Dawuro. Na bia bokode.
Awrade Dawuro.
Okay, before say obedi unchi an beba no. And so Asante Pacho. So I did simple exercise. Say asat last year. Countries are and what the largest and as I said the highest gold reserve and we are seeing so first me for the 10 top countries are and what gold reserve so these are the 10 top countries and what gold reserve we are seeing so sha America for and a gold reserve do na lead so over 8,133.46 tons of gold. Now America could be say, what kind world producers of gold are? Then Germany and a Tosumino. So Germany and so a producer gold if any saying reserve 3,362.65 tons. We Germany through her. The next country is Italy. Italy was 2,451.84 tons of gold. On the reserve. But for France was 2,436.88 tons of gold. On the reserve. China, Russia was 2,332.74 tons of gold. And so now China was 2,235.39 tons of gold. Now wako Switzerland or 1,040 tons of gold. Now wako Japan was 845.97 tons. And now India was 803.58 tons. And the last country on the list of 10 Netherlands on 612.45 tons of gold. That's it. All these countries are major producers of gold are so far the top 10 gold countries that were the highest reserve of gold are all South African country be any. Okay, so me extending to 15. Say 15 top countries are gold reserve no you benya African country bi one asante you the 15 top countries are gold reserve so we share 15 top countries ni so African country bi anim
South Africa anim
Ghana anim so first USA over 8,000 second still Germany over 3,000 Italy gusuda third over 2,000 about France 2,000 about Russia 2,000 about China 2,000 about Switzerland no so 1,000 over Indian 800 over Japan 800 Netherlands 600 Turkey 500 Poland 400 then the other country near the me who need my show Hana me country I know Taiwan so Taiwan and so about 400 then Portugal about 300 and a friend is saying Uzbekistan and so 300 so the top 15 countries will gold reserve no and also African country be any you know these are the countries so and as people say currency no enya holding opani ayo sisi akra de ba akra to the transfer here no akose ne kra that's it so me we no and I'm sure okay where that data win as at December 2024 where as at December 2024 top 15 countries are gold reserve pa na me we no and I'm say my main share Africa be an African the Ghana beka ho so you hear top countries gold reserve Africa one Africa chart they say this here so Algeria and the kind over 174 tons Egypt 126 South Africa the now leading gold producing no what third no 125 Libya 117 Morocco 221 Nigeria 21.4
Morocco 22.1
Morocco okay sorry 22.1 Nigeria 21 Mauritius 12.4 and Ghana now okay where this data no where old data so Ghana and now that 8.7 so this is the data now Dr. Bawumia ever started the gold purchasing program it's wrong baby the second largest producer of gold offer world na yenim offer your friend is saying African so na baby na yedano no ansana Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ever started the gold purchasing program no na waba to gold Ghana and so obi ba na say oka asem bi achewa na watie asem no mienu miensa ansana di muaba di muaden udi muaba na enya ya say omanya ye produce gold eto de bia na aba first eto de bia na yakọ second na your gold reserve you can 15 countries in the world as at December last year na Ghana enka ho enye very sad situation na se Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ba na odehye we nyina ba na ene Ghana gold reserve ayewo boy ho ba na esidi ikosora oba ba mu a wo se yemfa ehon enkunimdie fama na oba edum so a wo de aba no de and the bisawa was NPP for settle up. But NPP for set it up for the economy to prosper. And then they also won't come asem. Mama go don akaba, go don match.
Ye na minia. Na
boko de.
Nyame adum ahode holumo.
Ye de Nyankopon ase. Enti emo bia ma obia ye mo bia mfa credit. Onye ho adwuma. Unfa credit onye ho adwuma. Se yemfa ni die ema ni die se no. Na aba ba ya renaming. You start what be renaming the Jumewura. Kofi Japan on program and no ye. What be renaming no the Ghana apprenticeship program. And PMMC a gold purchasing program in the Bank of Ghana no. What be renaming gold board. And no I contribute to them. Maybe.
All right. Then Shadow Kamamud Bawumia no pay. One ne yiri Ajia Samira Bawumia ne nchia na ado dan Kwaku ne yiri ye mame Rebecca Akufuado na fe ya chia e man pani da ajo na jikum kufuo osane kwabe na afenyo marking anan so ya chia no ne deputy ye mame Patricia Apia Jane okay afe ya chia minority caucus o parliament nyina Professor Kingsley Nyako so ye chiamo tie obi bia o tie ye wo hwe ye ene anopai.
Okay. All right. So and that's where he said me say na no pre the new one na so now Ghana offer Algeria, Libya, Egypt, South Africa, then Ghana. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Ghana now on 5. So Algeria it goes 174, Libya 147, Egypt 128, South Africa 125, and then Ghana 31. Oh, and see, African countries, even the 3 leading North African countries. But they are keeping their reserves. And no, currency near stable na holding. Into no said of me, na a bini ho on the Koda dream who can't see me too good, na good, maybe me see the young holding. Na and no about to us. Na o said na temendra mi nsa media fi trot bi o Facebook o twa sa media fi mpoa na ada paper no ba ko de buy asante patcho that's the paper there daybreak say daybreak na wani mu asante patcho
rules
then for daybreak the bokra then no kra so ade bi o daybreak na nim pese me de kire tifo coming up no
agrada dollars
the I just had to patch oh daybreaker fatus mami we dey me so pa na no don pray and pay me that pa na daybreak asante na and the kwame just say our ma asante daybreaker na that's where say daybreak na
daybreak also coming up agrada dollars
na ba no so daybreak Trevota region ho no or say coming up agrada dollars how Sami Jamfi sealed the mouth of MPP communicators. Daybreak coming up. Or say how Sami Jamfi sealed the mouth of NPP communicators. With daybreak, we are watching out. Now we know, and a man draw Sami Jamfi no audacity at social media so or church same who will be said about me questions. Because that dream was sealing the mouth of MPP communicators.
The difference between MPP are buying a crime of fast so a boy and Sydney dollar and who buying any gold and seven any that of NDC to me. And you say MPP nyan semono dollar na ye bre ho no say ye pese ye to gold ema ye ho ntwe de ye mfa Sydney no ento gold enti ye sidi no a ekofom no yetimi di to gold no wo Ghana ha na ya di gold no akwam no ne ekoto fuel anke ye de dollars ne beto ama ye ho akire ye no anaye enti Dr. Baumia eni nanado aban eni MPP fo nyansem no di sidi ne to gold wo ha yo mahama buy no so di dollars ne beto gold wo Ghana enti Sami Jamfi nko budget no
$300 million.
The difference between parties in me, I don't know. The one media, the year be a ma or man who had no. Dollar na minimum every corner. Ye togo de was the bet mediator no. MPP for whom Yansa said, and the MFC did non tono, and this is for the Omsi Debbie, the dollars in the better. It took of $300 and over dollars at the Massa Median Vision Fanto Gulda. Now, Obia ye, I'm an ye, na Obama. Ne credit no so question no dia wo ye no Ghana ni ya wo no foforo credit mi say mo mobile no mo fa hwe meka o mani ye nyema ya ye ho enti wo kasa wo je credit afa ye nya ye hwe say free solutions for say by the close of the year no dollar no be ko 15 e dey say wo sika na me da ko dollars ni bi agu ho e say obi e weska bi akwa dollars kakra wo benya no ato na nso de akogu ba bi nyame ya adom na say December no ekosura na so aton na de ahwe ho na ye bompa ye mpanifo se nkwan ye de
obi nkoto dollar na onton a ene de me advice
na NDC for no monto dollars NDC tap
that's be to
Bank of Ghana and the dollars buy ya na NDC for akoto nyina da bugu dem
obi fum kuma obi fum nwa
na me wo misika
to bo ase
me wo misika
that's be
na me business am de better dollar
to dollar nton misro
ya nton na gawo for na ko te ha $100 omo
illegal to bo ase
ane tin ye mpam wo mo
me say to bo ase obi digwa ukọ China ekofa nema ko sisi a wona ye be encourage you say koto dollar ni betuo se de be ye dubri a obekọ kwan so a ubenya de akọ
asa ni na de ko ya
ti mi pese obi beka say we encourage illegality obi nkoto dollar nkoto
me see me wo me sika me de beto dollar say bring them
okay that's you the same there's a way
and I make catch you say
there's a way out say Bank of Ghana for any police for amaga go for moton
dollars no
airport
airport police station
any to do any tema omo mo
ye be jim mo madam
before the say
ye be jim
no me oh to mamu nuru ho kra we simple da se be ukọ so ko fa de ukọ udidwa ohia dollar na de didwa e bia betu kwan December mu yes dollar na be 15 cedis December mu and then yes eja amount for some no dey buy 11 cedis December utu kwan na omre e simple as that wanya boni bia me person over encourage illegality oka ayi ho o ye guta member o ye AGI member e bia okra clinker e dey be cement and dollar bo abafam say be cement ubetumi aton ofufofu nti o wo be 1 million Ghana cedis bi ho ma dollar be abeto e be so so koye importer na da ko import clinker na da be waduma we no dey so dey illegal
I was here encourage dwedidi bia
illegal
okoto na me fa
odi dwane dey unkoto dollar to bi go
to bi announce da ko waduma eno dey illegal na mo say me
because one to agu ho a
e be do say wo
last time
e 54 say ni bo be yedin
it is to bi go
eno nya na e ka 54 na e ka engineer me pese e be encourage me ka say mo encourage illegality no ba obi ye ni genuine business e bia da se be ko betu kwan July na be kwa abuchiri obedo dollar na be ko obeto take be CCC a ena ne bo akofo man e de nyame ase na ne obe hia no say $1,000 so atato ototo no mo time so a na unyusu ye simple as that madam asibe bre enti abusia home to me radio 95.9 any movement television you the phone nyina mu kotobi na mu fento no be be adwuma abe peche promo koso star 256 star 4 hash star 256 star 4 hash for number 2 ni ye want to me radio movement TV Accra want to me radio movement TV Accra number 3 number of ticket abeto ba ko 5 Ghana series number ko 5 otro mi nu a 10 otro 3 15 in that order now the momo pin e the account na wawie simple as that unya twanko ade straight obedi abawa no pay me share that's when go down say we read the second part of the discussion
I will say president can be
we go to some and the free way
Kwaku and this is for budget it take effect that big
budget April 1
enya bosumi January February March enya ma ye nyina sika ye di nyina policies are implementing na based on the budget. Budget and na kufa na ye. At the end this for budget even though I take effect 1st April no. So said that man. Eto kakra
and that go for gold board yeah. Omo bon so omo na ba so na di gold ono so match ya na buy.
Match ya na buy. In fact just last week
mo board.
This week here.
And
mo inaugurating board no. In fact, on more first come use. I've even told they say they are going to use the Bank of Ghana. By Bank of Ghana old office. I'm told to say I'm reliably informed.
NDC form.
Omuko use
pa na Akufo-Addo AC Bank of Ghana
must say.
Di omu di Akufo-Addo any Baumia tempa say OC Bank Square no. And then the omo hunu nyansa say say ye Bank of Ghana no at the Bank Square hono wa old building no I gold board
it am reliably informed say oba ku use Bank of Ghana office
it one transfer da ni mo nyam omu
it ya no die ya de nyam adon beko enti ebeye me nwanwa say obi be check say gold board ye ba nu achi e na ma
onya hu ba bi obetena no
yes e na me nya sa faso be say omonto ombo kakra medi e besre Kwaku se dollar ba 5 cedis e nyina be benefit you obian won ma dollar na aba for na ni nyi hu ye nyina ni je hu but babia else e the recommendations no e kon de yemfa nko me prepare wo ho enye animonyam abrawo nye hwe ba Kwaku wo ka asembi John Jina Posse MPP for setting up.
So MPP for setting up. Said doom so emetun okwam.
I start to say.
But damn.
John Jina Posse what say?
Was MPP for setting up said doom so emetun okwam.
And I start to say.
But damn.
You see? Etina ko John Jina Posse expect say. Na Kufuado. Enkoto crude oil. And then the man nyina me go for the next 4 years.
4 years man. Ansa no.
Say be ko so akon kwa adwuma. Na ka de ne eye adwuma. Twa Kwaku obi any one more 100% solution to energy issues. So energy issues we manage it. We said that you have to manage it because the boarding and some to me natural disaster so you only manage it. Yeah. And try and manage it. Now we be the question say a humania hamos and then they mentasi. Na say na before na settle up there. And then na say dividend bi so aba if I so dividend so aba so a. Ye na say MPP for and yes I give see. Me dey aban eye dey eye ntoto aso. Eye ntoto aso. E ka humpo hia say you because when the year say Kwaku so then say am yad na say dollar no me punya nyame adum ye nyame amfa fie ne se dollar no sign hu ya din bie mu a na eco 50 na ye beka ne say after the gold ni bie mu ana they people say where is the gold e go find from book
eh say Mr. Money said sie go do voice mu so ya I see go for kan ma me da sebre mi ja da sebre no kan NDC for e wo position almost speculative casen Crawford dollar abo akosi look me say Nyankopon e wo konfa so tue ni paka ene ba omia ensa no adwuma e na ama na base mo say ye mo a yo yesi yate na den na say atubeduru atuduru a e be mo no danta e wo krumu asin
papa bi de ka say
simple as
that ni mo nyamba krum ni ya chene yesi e ma wa e ma no nyoya da ni mu kura be ba de nkan
data now the total first na before Dr. Baumia the visionary leader ebe ka che na Kufuado say adewi ye ebe bo man Ghana e ma na do so jitu mu no na Ghana gold reserve na less than 9
na 8.7
say less than 9 and na adru say 31 NDC buy na what 30 na 30 point something right
and 30.35 or so
and I'm 0.8
activity in a space of about 3 years under the able leadership of Dr. Baumia, because one that's the one that and a friend say province Edwin province boss and then I could say PMMC and Boyle Dr. and Dr. the same Bank of Ghana from 8.7 or so to 30.
Now
at least 22
Africa near Tosu 8 to the same and they move about 5th position.
What you say?
Say it was say yeah
Professor Bobkin NDC economist Professor Bobkin also Bekasa.
Yes.
And Ray also Bekasa.
Oh Bekasa. And the city stability
yes
partly due to MPP policies. Yeah, Professor Bobkin.
Waka. And in fact, we put there say about President Mahama Papa so. Because what can I say? Because of the reserve. The reserve. One no waka.
Say na nani nin so. Of say obetum futo Ghana for. But enti an pay me here deduction no say o ka say e due to Ghana ye reserve and the reserve no.
Reservoir.
Gross domestic. International reserve no. O say na drew 10.6 billion. Okay, so 10.6 billion no. What the area be kon here saying? What
one kind?
MPP there 8.98 billion.
Almost 9 billion.
What told you free more? What the other back on 1.62 billion and to 1.26 billion and I'm a Nenya the answer is a big no. And you know they don't have any issue. So I'm on baby. The next issue no yene ebibe mo yene ura province abekasa and pe any ura gofreda me e wo interview so be na ye no afiri wo na ye asante patro newspapers too na me review na no pay the Chronicle, the Democrat any daily guide the Democrat no fabra na anope yenhwe nsem a omode ebaye so Chronicle ni daily guide na o de ba na fe yetimi atoaso awemu ayemu adwuma aha ye wuntimi radio 95.9 any movement TV and o share program ni din movement in the morning kai say ye board Dawuro e de ache Ghana fo nyina se obia oti enka bia no aben peche promo no obetimi de ho ahyem odo ho hyemu a ebeboa papa ama wo so watimi edisika aben peche promo no de star 256 star 4 hash na wo so watimi aba be yiska de be disika no papa so okay, so asante about the Chronicle Democrat and Justice Tokonu sues AG and Puamai and others. Then the word Democrat anymore or the mini photo Eddie Atunchen. So that's the story. You pay attention, but story a shot any ridiculous. Agrada laughs over Empress Gifties 200 billion Ghana cedi lawsuit.
It's not 20 billion.
There be 200 billion. And I'm saying say ridiculous no because look Ghana budget for 2025 265 billion Ghana cedis.
I think say 20 billion.
200 billion.
What?
Men am catch though.
But it can be ridiculous.
Not ridiculous.
The one that they asked the court, the pen was up. And
I'm say Ghana year in our budget.
That is a court. I got to judge.
Okay, well they focus on the place. So as I back to daily guide. Obey to me the daily guide ne so aba na quickly no na fe yenya kwan. Okay, so daily guide is ni CJ Tokonu sues government over suspension. 1-2 judges restrain na no so ode aba. So asante me that so that's when go on.
Yeah.
These are the two issues ni na maame na court na o seek some reliefs. About 3 of them major ones. We are filing injunction at the account court. So one of the release or seeking is of say suspension John Dramani Mahama are suspending on or say the true lawyer Godfrey Adame or say Justice Tokonu is seeking a declaration from the Supreme Court to the effect that President Mahama's determination of prima facie case against her was arbitrary, capricious, and violation of rights of the plaintiff in the person of Mame Tokonu to fair trial and therefore unconstitutional, void, and have no effect.
Okay, but before we come on, I got that seven.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe could document it.
I say
statement of claim. 20 billion Ghana.
20 billion Ghana cedis. 200 billion.
20 million Ghana cedis.
Oh, are you sure? So I say 200 billion. And okay, we are not refer to 200 billion cedis.
But why must you refer to a newspaper that is reckless and irresponsible?
Okay, then it means I'm refer to 200 billion
and a newspaper that said 200 billion Ghana cedis. And
why must you do that? And you the state of claim Mikuta, 20 million Ghana cedis.
Okay.
So why did
the newspaper now they go 200 billion?
As it just had the President first started the 2007.
That the America says Ghana cedis no cry can cry no. Get the whole world. Cedi aba kope. So I didn't think Ghana cedis. Dollar near Canadian dollar, US dollar, $100. And think Ghana cedi no create twam. Yes,
so Justice Tokonu said John Mahama suspension in primary facie. In fact, the suspension cry or say primary facie no so determined against her no. Capricious.
Yes.
Arbitrarily.
Yes.
Na violating the right. And a void. Unconstitutional and have no effect. So now you better check more and what capricious and when means. The other idea of seeking is or say constitutional article 146 say yan can in camera. But me I have elected. Me allegation no itiame. I am right. We demand to say moon wavy in camera no. Na munye the public.
Yes.
Na Ghana phone na entry. The third one and say Justice Gabriel Scott Puamai. Or say or transfer so enye. I am told say why lawyer man than the full independent.
That be judge. Case back by non what is
okay. So so what so in fact to be catch him say why lawyer I have to confirm that. Yes, so why a lawyer paying before say obesa be judge.
But
I have to check that one.
Lawyer that judge say check.
I have to check that one.
Okay.
But now no why judge case I'm webua ama ofori no.
Yes.
On the same panel no.
Yes.
But me talk no so tena so ebuatia Daniel Ofori no.
Yes.
And you see a conflict of interest into or sign so the same person, the same case into at the corner so investigating now. Only baby obedi ako.
Because the same case no nti.
And
Ofori no. Aye petition see enyi ba melody. Case no so no Justice Gabriel Scott Pamat na so edima friend say Daniel Fori and the court Supreme Court Holmo no Mrs. Tokuno ebeka ho and ono so ebuti aye it based on that into why is a petition no
na petition
na be die now was sentence as chairperson dia
emu odwerem and na maame no kura so te Justice Paul man asem so because ye nasem ebre no say undetermined primary facie enti no ono so wa maame no emehom na so
aka ana Kwaku me yes more ayibi me hwe be nyame agba chane me video sika sa asem na Justice Gabriel Pamai a ruling man Daniel Felix Ofori no Kwaku emu odwerem interest no sa o say do chana make visa interest no compound interest and yes simple interest compound interest say embo ho tsa
I say bayire mpo se den no who say bayire no ye ko ayinu utu bayire ukutu a ebo na ukutu a ye ntu ututu ho a na wabu bayire kese na fi ase obu wi a na afubo se afi emma ne man bebre
sa bebre
if fa ho sa bebre enu bi na mo ye no
me de makase and never ekosui me de nyame ase chief justice
and the last one justice Edibu Asiedu or say ya panel ya de watch na so ya de nsem nyina abegu anim edu bre a wo betena so ba so abeka no na president na yiwa free ho edu aka committee bi ho so wo no you are not fit to sit on this case enti why petition dia ko ema nipa o si yengu sa committee no na yenyai but go on enkrofo bi kasa be hu justice ansa lawyer Sansare no mo kasa say adintina maame na fa gofredame say ni lawyer na ayesa na ma case no aye political na me say
I don't kasa
eti abre aye wo memu lawyer Sansare na president lawyer for me chachu any vamawo any speaker lawyer title sorry aye petition DTR chief justice no and the justice you so want and then political
so it means say speaker of parliament the cry na see nku man
yes because speaker of parliament so ono so na maame no wasem
and the lawyer so na so now this one to Babin is involved if they want to extend it to that
extent yeah
and then
they say Mahama ne Babin
no maka bom say change the so muyima
two arms of government no and aka bom so mbeyi ba
and so I can also deduce say in fact there are no petitioners there are two petitioners
John Mahama
and John Mahama second petitioner is speaker of parliament. Tell me I'm lying.
If you are not lying because they are lawyers.
Yes, lawyers na because say sana more can say by extension say why ya attorney general to MPP need it will be lawyer mama men dia and the sanity say speaker of parliament
the lawyer and John Mahama lawyer
and obaka bom
and omo so be chief justice
and omo say dem kwa ma church petition no we mu die eye surrogate mu use omo interestingly omo ko case management I was do lodge no works back I say many to
yes
omo case management no obia so on evidence ma they are going to call witnesses they are going to call witnesses witness reba no obeka na sem no of evidence ma no okọ reba no obeka na of evidence ma no okọ reba no obeka na of evidence ma no
okọ and chief justice say yenyi asem no TV so
yenyi TV so
na obia Ghana fo nyina enhwe bi na se Ghana fo hwe na se eto asumu a ne ye nyina make a determination anopai mate say omo ka say I constitution no clear say yenya no article 14610 no no is see no so 10 say yenya no income is income na say be unconstitutional me say Supreme Court no ka say article 16 ma president powers no no ka say president ansa na obetu kwan no see a swear in the speaker of parliament and also the chief justice and now vice the none they are swearing in the vice ni ho speaker ni ho also two kwan yan so a chief justice in and my mind that home pine and then nya constitution
no man actually Dawuro asam we no me say constitution no yes say bibi say fa chief justice ho no yan nyan in camera because
of
nyema bi
okay
be wi asem no kra no na kwa de de ball no nya no kre but ni abeka na bontin de egu nanimu ase awie enti se be ya sa de no nsi no ntino yen ka no kokuom me na me dim ho ma me na asem no
fa ka ho e bi so na ade no so budget on national security
what
is it peace of the country
security of the country
security of the country issues here they are born in there here in the borders on national security. There in the border even on her own security. There here in the borders on integrity of the judiciary. Yeah, about what you be. No, second ingredient is say now claims in one second will be enemy. We all know the allegations. And squad do basa. What are you hiding again? What are you protecting? Now
the issue is that a Basana issue be a public. You who the president, the communication officer, Samidian fee. I will create petition. Now the president, and Chief Justice response. And or they call TV station to TV station, radio station to radio station.
So there's a council of state.
It's a why I seminal public there.
I think I'm going in camera.
My inquiry so now in Kudi and Kumo. Yani the former Attorney General, a lawyer Godfred Yeboah Dame ini and Kumo. Lawyer Martin.
Pato, Martin.
Yo, but on how you dear?
I was a boko. Even though your mail, after I said, much more official part, but this is the first time.
Yes, this is the first time. This is the first time. See, yeah, that's as far as I know. Pay what so say only BD and Kumo. Ozi and you,
la, what my official part? And yes, I be shall report.
Okay, yeah, that's it. When you are Daruma and Dra. Asemi saying about 5 cases and a Supreme Court Ediafa Asemi home. Nina Ansana and Dradia Bakono who said lawyer B and a see Chief Justice a name a Supreme Court. Ansana and Dre who say more filing a new case. This one a case a Chief Justice no na file on Sasha say the kind fire film a dear na mo secure court.
You see about 4 sets of reliefs. The relief in about 16, but they're all in about 4 categories. The first set of reliefs, is about 4. I think they all relate to the citizens' right, a public hearing, the pattern of constitutional. Article 146 will direct that such proceedings will be in camera. To say, a demo. He said, will be only a profit. The public should not know what is going on. But since we are sure, in the case, I buy like a science so far, I buy no for a day. It takes the petition out. And that's a matter. Some time ago, some agency was on radio, TV, everywhere, talking about the petition, the contents of the petition, what the president did, and justifying why, in his view, it was right. Say, you can't say just there's a case for her to answer. See, sure, various aspects of the proceedings have already been public. That's to start with. Secondly, even before most opinion pool, say no, be almost published this. See 52% of the people in the nation want the Chief Justice out. I didn't know say Chief Justice position. Position every day they say you determine whether the Chief Justice is popular or not popular.
In fact, there's a new one. A cry say a percentage of Ghanaians has supported the suspension of the Chief Justice. There's a new pool. No, that's
something across Ghana. It will be occupied officer, Speaker of Parliament, and Chief Justice. Not every month, a month for a post that you have to be suspended. I mean, is that the basis for determining whether the Chief Justice will stay in office or to go? What is happening in Ghana? It's unprecedented. Seriously. You see, that's the case. And I said, the question almost based on that, we started a Chief Justice. Then let's say it in a way that the whole nation will know. And which are constitutional. apart from Article 146, every other provision on hearing of a matter, whether in court or before a committee, requires that such a hearing should be in public. Commission of Inquiry and proceedings from Article 278 onwards. Article 281 stipulates that yes, such proceedings should be in public. And it is only on grounds of public safety or other or risk of harm to public safety or other. There's a proceedings here in camera. Same thing. Article 19, Clause 13, also adjudicating authority, in your court. Into the first in your court, and says the proceedings should not be in public. So we say that the spirit of the Constitution, as the Constitution, baby, I interpret it, now go American Constitution say, American Constitution, very, very few articles, yet American Supreme Court they be say, oh, even though Constitution is just a one line for the provision on this issue, no, it doesn't mean say no pay. Say. Now Supreme Court every now and then, even last week, they gave some orders against President Trump, all because of how they interpreted the American Constitution. And they were saying that it's about time we interpreted Article 146. Now, come to the determination whether indeed sub provisional it excludes public hearing. In my view, except first we must determine say the proceedings should be in camera. Why Tina? And I say why not a sub provisional a bond home by.
Okay.
A board judge na home by. Judge na try no. And home by. Because they be assembly will be like, oh, judge you over Jimmy, judge we no let me ye share, judge we consent, judge we see. In order to ensure so this such sensitive allegations are not tried in public, no, more behind the cancer assembly. So let it be heard in camera. In this case, allegations are okay. And yes, such allegations. And yes, I say, no. I mean, allegations also are buying feature, no, or did two coin, not say, not case, dear. Case normally say, why in the year, no, policeman be case to be, not in the case of the channel. This is also the basis of the pharmacy, and I'm boy.
Yes.
That policeman case, it was in public.
Yes.
So what is it? Now CJ now say case be no or transfer judge be. Those cases were all in public. So there's really nothing which is so compelling to warrant in-camera proceedings. Now, if I said the whole nation, as I said, this is the very first time the CJ from office. This is the very first time. Let me see that. Any time they history of the nation, I might try somebody on the CJ. Supreme Court to intervene. Say no, I don't mean their own constitution. 1980, before that era, and because non-person media justice Apalu from office, now Supreme Court say no. 1994, there about 1994, Canada session against Aban. And so, the Supreme Court no, a Bogui. And then a J2 against Attorney General 205. And some person media justice Aquafio. Then Supreme Court Bogui. And see, some proceedings and do this level that. You see, if there is such a situation, the very first time when the whole nation will be confronted with that, I think it's about time to see who will be here. Now, I wonder what somebody will have against it. Yes, if a camera, yes, if a light, let me say we want darkness. I don't bet on me, I don't know. It's massive. You know, and because she didn't know, she's been tried in the media, she's been persecuted, pronounced guilty, when indeed she's not at all. So far, matters on Kasada. As my cousin, on Kasada. That's a medium freedom man for a man for a I didn't. I think that's them there. They do committee now. When you know, public area. Or become Obiati. Then also, we also have an issue with President Mahama. So yes, I have a prima facie determination. So we say, conform to a court. That's it. Yeah, try no. Yeah. There's a submission of no case over here. They do the prima facie determination. The judge will come out with a reasoned ruling. So no, you said, sir, evidence here. Prosecution that banner. And it's never be and I share with you no has substance, and this is because of this XYZ. You call it a well-reasoned ruling, and because of that, no charges 1 to 2, no case charges 3 to 4. There's a case for you to answer. Go ahead and open your defense all the time. Answer.
And okay.
CJ then there most of the petitions containing different allegations. Then and then, but yeah, also there's a case for you to answer in respect of the 3 petitions. No pay.
Okay, so man say allegations no muni we here and na we determine primary first no man say bibia sa
baby any the reasons
because me kai say mama Charlotte said the kra no committee no chief justice no hwe asem no wi no o yi specific cases are of say primary first wo mu a o ka so nyi o ko yi no ano committee no.
Apart from that, President Kufuor there's a petition against Chief Justice. There's no case for it to answer. This is the reason why. Because we are afraid if there's a match, now some part the law. I mean, the Chief Justice says so. Yeah, all the time. That is what we call well-reasoned ruling, and it's not just because that's what the law requires. I mean, President Kufuor already did that in the case of Justice Sofia Kufu. Was a petition against her. He did that again in the case of Justice Eliyaboa. There were petitions against him. He also did that in the case of even Justice getting Tokunia in December before the August when there were petitions against her. We think that she's been unfairly treated. Apart from that, the social work, judges now, my former committee said, you try CJ no. 2 of them, issues. In fact, it's not 2 of them. That's why 2 judges make. Not much is asked them so. Justice Perman and then Justice Asidi. Cases now, Emma. You follow Daniel Fury, any policeman, I think a could go so. One petition for serious removal. That case is here. That is permanent. It's not to be. No my judgment in favor of Daniel Fury. Daniel Fury, he has a grievance against the CJ because of Lisa CJ or really against him. No, Omano, for instance. Or putting impediments in his way to getting some money that he's claiming from the bank. But all those cases, 4 of them, Justice Perman Emma ruling in favor of Daniel Fury. If he Edna said Daniel Fury a petition for serious removal, now the same Justice Perman will be made chairman of the committee, which will probe the allegations against CJ. So if that's I see you there. First day, your court for your case now, Supreme Court Edison State 3-2. He was part of the panel. Second day, he was part of the panel. We're expecting him so whatever. After the the following day, that's as I say, sorry, President Mahama appointed to serve on the committee. Because of that, the panel will have to be changed. I think it is wrong. Because once I say, what's not case na file so. Any can say you to go and serve on that committee. Otherwise, if Sane Mrano allow, the thing is that any time there's a case involving the government can actually influence the case by just appointing the judge to serve on the committee. Yes. Okay. So if the case this is before
case be a hona president na ehwese na case ni kwa na bia mu ano a.
Yes.
And one say what committee na wa appoint judge not so eyi na free.
That's it. See, that one when na yes you abandoning all the committee members.
Okay. We are also told, say, more file an injunction at the time, more unity. No, so what are you seeking to achieve?
Oh, so before Supreme Court no be determine case no. Say holding on because I say by the time Supreme Court so determine say already committee na we settings are and it will not be right.
If you can say one say first one I can want me say case in camera no say na wa can no all other cases a public hearing so constitution no a reason why in here or ye we in camera so one a year written in the law clearly no it will be difficult for the Supreme Court to change it. And then the other aspect is when they say ABR nipa no aye di na asem no force any public. Now what about the petitioners? Ebi almost so no they will not want to be in public domain. How do you respond to that?
Yes, let me say the justice provisional. It's in the Constitution. That's number one. Number two, the rationale. And I say the reason why I want Constitution for me it is to protect the person who is being investigated or the subject of the inquiry. So even in this case, the subject of the inquiry is okay. The person has near public hearing. What should anybody have against it? Okay. Now, against the contents of the petition this time. This is the first time I hear friends proceed this way. Come on, presidential election petition 2013. And the first time. Because the first time, the Chief Justice of the day was in a wood. So then let the whole nation see. So that it will help the process. So we are saying that in this case, we're saying here, Abana Kasaye, so we'll be able even hiding petition from the woman until about 6 weeks after. President Mama, in fact, a petition, first two petitions, so in February 2025. It was not until the end of March, answer Okache, friends, the general public, not even the CGO, the general public, to a press statement, already press statement, say he has started consultations with the Council of State for the CGS removal. Hey, can you imagine? I mean, it's very serious. So, you are in office as the Chief Justice of the Republic. Now, when you say 6 weeks or more than 6 weeks for President, and your petition be for your removal, after the consultation of the Council of State, when I inform you, and then only to be woken up one day to a press release by the President informing the general public, say yes, they are starting consultation for removal of the Chief Justice. I mean, I think it's the way they behaved in this matter, and your cry is so wrong.
As lawyer for the Chief Justice, what do you make of the petition before the President now? Say, Judge Ifoyi Omotiasemi and one other Supreme Court judge, and a lawyer in the petition, one of the petitioners, a lawyer, and Judge Fona Kushia at a certain restaurant, any more. Kwaku Dinkomo, and according to the petition, they are ahead discussing the petition. Restaurant. Abamo attention, and what do you make of it?
Maybe I've seen it in the media. It's quite curious. I think there's a lot of controversy around this issue. If it's there and you cry. Maybe attend during office hours, broad daylight, and I went to the office of the then acting Chief Justice.
Yeah.
Again in broad daylight. That is Dochi. Time and that legal counsel see some students be 499 students be.
Yes. They
should not be admitted to the Ghana School of Law. And I made an intervention. The president had written to me and said no, I should take action on it. Now, let's say, meeting as Minister for Justice, no, Mama, Law Students School. Now me call just the office doing work office hours in broad daylight. And this informs hey because open case in the I remember so 3 days time. I me call. Omo who did this? Can you imagine that? Kwaku as a Professor Asari extra one articles and now opening a sample application to the Supreme Court. Say that the case should not sit on the matter. Because of that, just the have to even swear an affidavit. You have to swear to an affidavit. You swore to an affidavit. I also swore to an affidavit. But you know, now a for this argue. My deputy. I said, no, I agree. I mean, these are the kind of things that they do. Now, now this time there's an allegation. Say, oh, judge is in new. In fact, or Supreme Court or including Bakwana or T, including the new or committee or something. Any counsel for the petitioner, I could be two restaurants. I think that if I know credit, that is serious. We believe it's obviously.
But is it a matter mobile person will be taking it up?
Oh, with the basis for my case, no, I'm quite clear. I'm raising the constitutional issues.
Okay.
And some investigating, I say, who said, no, chroma,
the allegation that what Chrome is here and say. Adenti and a Godfred Dame and Justice Gertrude Tokonu. Afan say Uncle any lawyer.
So Justice no our my hand is but it's my calendar says no. Now at this time, I know what's now. When you find a lawyer.
Yes, say
number one. Number one.
Yes, so you're
all right. Okay, so number how. I mean, am I confident?
I said, as a president, based on your advice, and our president, they appoint him, as Chief Justice, and defending, so we are conflicted.
No. Okay, so number one, there is no basis for conflict of interest. Now, number two, CCJ, has the freedom to appoint any counsel of their choice. Then the third point is that, when I was at Israel, I'm more official. Any time I had the opportunity to speak to the public and all, I always address issues of judicial independence. Judicial independence and I've always been talking about it and all that, making statements and all. So what I'm doing now is no different at all from what I was saying. But what is actually more curious, and it's a counsel for petitions. We are NDC lawyers. Every very serious matter.
Yeah.
So, Wafa, a certificate, I said, lawyer, President Mahama, lawyer, 2020 election petition.
Yes.
Not sign or still NDC, senior NDC, the figure, lawyer, President Mahama, lawyer, 2020. The same certificate as well, apart from being President Mahama's lawyer, or a lawyer for a Daniel Furry.
Oh, okay.
Inside a Cuban case.
Okay.
Yes. In Omco I lawyer for Daniel Furry.
Okay.
And it's the same certificate who is trying to remove the CJ from office. And they're very, very wrong. That's a man for now, sorry. Only see NDC for lawyer the past 8 years. Only see one of the lawyers.
In fact, your lawyer to the Speaker of Parliament, and in himself Speaker of Parliament, and so ne yama me get to talk on so atna do amasu krum hache.
Yes.
And can you imagine say 2 arms of government nipa ahead those arms of government no lawyers and akabo some be to another arm of government leader.
And there's a Ghana for show us later. Now back up more. Also NDC Nipa, he was working in President Mahama's office before Mahama Elusi last time. And recently very popular because of the activities against Kufado. I mean so bad. I think there's a lot of unfairness and injustice worked against the woman. And as I said, it's about time that people who really have a conscience and a good heart in the country and stand for what is right.
Now you heard into that case with Abeni heard say Supreme Court be free.
I don't hear filing Johnson, it is acting justice, like case motion on it in time, so by date. Is there any date, All the processes are with the acting chief justice.
Okay.
Yes, and say no, Bama data that.
Yeah, lawyers, no. Some of us are worried. Say, before say acting chief justice in Bebano, now there was a panel and the first case a Supreme Court. Efa ema mitoko nu nsemi ho. Osesa panel no ema na tena so. All the 5 cases ye hu se ono anso so na etena so. Yade bi ha adwen na a normal under your practice.
Had the say me raise your court. Me raise your court because when you say hard in some reason. But court says there be yeah. I don't know and this one committee this say there's a panel. I think just a panel, no. Very decided for. Also, a panel so interestingly saying all the violence, saying ruling against us. This is now original panel fight. No society. No, or the three by saying end up there 3-2. Yeah, anyway, because I always observe the virtues of good practice. I will just keep quiet about it. And this is one. My this our Ghana.
Lawyer, finally, major no akono. Minim say we need a constitutional process. So, you bet me aka say bia the committee investigate asemi a constitutional body. Minim say met me aka say there. If that is so, can the constitutional body be injuncted by your injunction?
Oh, but
so until the determination of your injunction application, no, can the committee sit and I saw change the determination of the injunction applications?
I mean, I'll be very surprised if the committee because since no proceed. Womra will be able to say yes, you not only the danger but all the committee members. Committee members yes, you are filing injunctions against all of them. That is also don't continue. I'll be surprised. The number of committee, but everyone will say. If the committee will continue.
I see. Do you smell rat? We will say an umbrella in this case.
Oh, I was very. I'm too experienced a lawyer to be talking like that. and the chief justice will also be represented by fairly senior lawyers as well today.
Okay.
So I quote me and the could be there.
Okay. All right. Finally, no, there was a statement by Abraham Amaliba. Say Adentina Gofredi Dame Abrea Chief Justice Iwo Hono Okoko to be an winning case. Na akwese maame toko no fi ho ape wa sha se elusu cases. What is statement say how even even 2 days ago. 2 days ago I won a very big case in the Supreme Court. 2 days ago, a day before I filed the writ. Okay. I was the Supreme Court, a panel composed of first acting Chief Justice again, Tanku Amadou, Kulendi, Dakwasari, and Justice Kofi. Unanimously, they ruled in favor of my matter, affecting a group of people in the Eastern region. Very, very big case. Okay. So, what's the basis? Oh, I'm changing Judiciary. Because this is for normal or more person. They accuse you, say, on a person. Who has one of me? Yeah, by yes, the San Judge, yeah, Sakio, yeah, almost they are seeking to change the Chief Justice and all that, and Sakara judges. All they know that. Are you not worried? Are you not worried as a former leader of the bar? Say we are over politicizing the judiciary. Now, it will go a long way to affect our nation, Ghana. Yes, anytime there's a danger to our democracy, that's always started from attacks on the judiciary. And really worrying. The Nkrumah time issues by it started with around 1963 when there was a dismissal of 3 Supreme Court judges. Nkrumah sacked 3 Supreme Court judges, including the Chief Justice, Akukosa. And Sibia, then there was a coup. 1969, there about 1970, this Salah case here, Omar ruling against the government, Abuja, Epokas, no court can compel the government to employ workers and all that. The following year, Omeyaku, 1980, before that change of case here, and it's almost started. Chief Justice, some Chief Justice, the Supreme Court to stop it. 1981. Then there was a coup. 1982,
Incidentally, NDC for Omuku, 3 high court judges and all that. That was the worst period in Ghana's democracy. 3 high court judges, including plus an army general. I mean, no one will cause it. I mean, I think it's a task of the judiciary and it should stop interference with the judiciary. I cannot understand why a government, whenever it comes, almost the only way through which they can successful in court is to take control of the judiciary. They be already, or some can say the judiciary prevent people before normally they want to change it. But the woman said it many times.
And okay.
I mean, even this year, I'm going to call for yes, this year, yeah. And it's obviously so. I mean, they don't like to play by the rules. Maybe court, I've never raised an objection to a judge. This one I'm raising against Buffalo was the very first time I raised an objection to any judge. Never at all in my history. Whether MPP time, NDC time, from 2003, about time, and NDC MPP time, and right through 2009 when we were opposition. I was reading all the cases. When we were opposition, I was not reading all the cases. Opposition, all the cases are handled. So why would they say, for instance, first the Chief Justice favors me and all that? It's never true.
Okay. Lawyer, anopay yedase ene bra oni yedin komo bibia hia ye be sign about champion.
That's right. Thank you.
Absentee lawyer Godfred Yeboah Dame, a former Attorney General and one of the lawyers, Emma the Chief Justice, Anna Yenuno Edi and community go on. And in fact, I say, and I'm happy. Say, in fact, me ba no pay. It didn't me botche da sebre. And a lawyer Damia King.
It depends.
Me catch da sebre say I would have preferred, even though I know say Godfred Dame a very competent lawyer. No.
Yes.
Minim say NDC for Mpenasem.
Yes.
And now, Senia, Omusuro no, Jomon Penasem ti. Na me can say I would prefer say lawyer equal to Ebeko. And today, we confirm I say ene lawyer equal to num. I will be part of Yemame Tokono, the legal team, no? Okay. And I'm very happy. Okay, I'm very happy because. But that's also your former attorney. Oh yeah, I mean, and the MP and the MP. Meaning, but go for that there. And this is what Penasem because I am sharp. I know almost is from when he said, "Okita the brain of a 70-year-old legal practitioner."
It was a young man, but extremely brilliant. Oh, it's very incisive and decisive. It was and I'm in fact, I was happy yesterday. Said you see Kate lawyer Ansari to the side. Sir, oh, many jipa. Yeah, Ansari is all why still. No, it's or time. Ogusua what time tia MPP especially against Akufo-Addo. Yes. To nipa bi on Akufo-Addo hu bia no. Or time. Wow. That okay. But what can you into no yes that. But I like to go baby. Who said me video bi to amount.
Oh, the 2 mammy, yes.
Madam Mr. Santos. So I think almost 2 minutes.
Yes,
I think it will be saying. I say 1 we are paying. Okay. I the quotia go comedy and say. And then my air coson there. The birthday in Bukumio. Yeah, Obi, and also I made no new birthday. Hey, my problem. No, I say me. Okay, Kwaku. Me perceive a boss idea, me my background to baby. Almost me catch or say. Mrs. Justice Tokunu ne wofa ankasa ene major retired akwa ne no watene nchen ene ye fa no kuku no.
Okay.
Ebra Justice Tokunu call vet na omubusa ne questions no Suhini ekofa asem ne bai ebusa ne say ne wofa ene papa na omu endis for kuku ai and this vocal cool no. Na ye no ka huntia ma a man the decision making
or also tiny NDC.
Why should I NDC for the but to busa question we say it no o take decisions bia ya na e ka ho ana. But Kwaku question busa say what was the motivation for Suhini to have asked that question? Maybe say you mock it to me and say o busa question say.
Okay. My inquiry
I take note of the nominees' inclusion of Saki into her names, and she has said that she will submit the Gazette to update our records. And I particularly was excited about her reason for the inclusion. As a father of daughters, I am really excited about the reason for the inclusion of Saki. But it also gives me an indication of how strongly you are tied or related to family. And I would have ignored it, but I read somewhere about you being the niece of Major Sam Akwa, a very popular military officer who was the managing director of GIHOC, who unfortunately was murdered, under very bizarre circumstances in this country. You would have been about 20 years around that time, judging from your age. How did you have any relationship with him as a niece? How do you remember it? And has that impacted your choices in life in any way?
He was my mother's first cousin. I was in the university at the time. And yes, I remember the incident very vividly. I don't think it has impacted my choices in life. That's what I think that's the answer I can give.
So, Gordon, Asanabediako, Suhini, question, and no, Gordon.
Yes.
Now, unim, Mamino, Urago Fedame,
yes.
And my history
yes.
of Supreme Court Judge for activate 146 or man yejuma.
Yes, you
and in all cases, no, we get the Supreme Court defending their own. But in the case of Mame,
not
Tokuno, the members of the Supreme Court, it seems, said they are against Mame Tokuno. And you know the reason why? They say, sir, now or your number 12, out of 10.
Okay.
Now or say almost your judge for 10. As the seniors.
Okay.
And another Kufuado, a sign of Munina home. And now, Obefa, Mammy, to say at the time, no, a new boy econo, now Bath Bonnie. And the senior most judge. We Bath Bonnie, Fuhorma, Sully Badegby, Bada Kutubanfo, Anthony, Alfred, Benny. Friend is saying, give me a poor mind, Loveless, friend Loveless, Lovely Johnson. And one said, Mameno, talk on the say or toss about 10.
But I guess I a yellow.
You know, and can be a young first senior most person, Nanya Supreme Court. And it has also not happened, say, President Biano after the senior most person. The same procedure, and a ma at Tuguba. FIM people for whole time.
Yes.
And then Sankrofo na.
Now no Atuguba kwa no one put any right because Atuguba has never been a judge. Yep, judge na straight in the court Supreme Court.
Yes.
Obi said Ura Yoni Kulendi. Yoni Kulendi nye judge that. Oh yeah, practicing lawyer.
And constitution ma kwan.
Yes, your man was
practice more than 15 years.
Yes, your man also and you do call Supreme Court. Kwaku don't also forget say Obono was practicing 20 years. As your man was why you didn't court of appeal.
Now we judge 4 year, you 7 year nominate Obodom. Ebi mo hono na Kufuor na appoint you high court judges.
Yes.
And yeah, be a practice 2 years per as judge.
Yes.
Be a 3 years. Maybe mammy, some catch us and mammy back a court of appeal. My son and I are me moon. And what do you mammy pa? Or practice as high court judge for so many years. And son onya promotion at court of appeal. And once one practice so many years. Or you senior, you're more than
me just ye. Me I your time who. Oh, your time who na Kufuor. Me give this a whole man what whole man no born in Sandos was ye how did I get this wrong?
You know, I am mobile.
And apart from that, apart from say it just will be a seniority near that no mukekano. And let me be so calm. Monetary considerations, compound interest as well. Compound interest 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Sana eko.
Yeah.
Sana compound interest.
No me that say.
But simple interest is be can say be 5%. It will should not be about 2.2 and bibisa. 2, 4, 16, 32 na eko.
And pay a bretia nti doctor ba LPNs no good as bre ni me nti enne mo fa nche me 2 birthdays eno kra nka me ntimi nye
what e kra so atie
but me 2 me yenom de ma anya ejeyi enye me kwa
omo pole so mutimi consider
no me kwa na so mu ko ja me
me so go tu makonta ge ma anya no so
ono so di nua ba
nti we no me yire no mu mienu edium birthday ne nti ese me wish you happy birthday so no di kan no ona ye pani ti mama ni kan yen the first ye friend no Ernestina Tete Baka ono oni there be on back voma honka nti ye friend no Ernestina Tete Baka so our Mrs ene na woda nti me wish no happy birthday na master senyankopon hira no na kuma so ade nyina so emremu ni fie din e different ye sister sister kama wa usia na obepe na sempa na ni otosu mienu Emilia Labi ono so ene ne birthday nti ono so me wish no happy birthday na master senyankopon hira no na oma na kuma so ade nyina emremu ti on behalf of omo maame Masa bia ene abutuani nyina ene meyire Portia obia yo show happy birthday yes ese nyankopon ensure mu nyina
obetumi akofi
afede metumi akofi
okay all right Mr. Sante kwabena opuni mensa pastor na efro no enura na your birthday enura minim die ye ya saade no kohye baabi mehu ebedi akon Adventist Preparatory School wo amakom Kumase eho ena osuade enti o papa eno maame ogas no opuni eni Lydia opuni ese yema belated happy birthday enti kwabena opuni mensa yema belated happy birthday say do adungu na di we bre Kendrick
as what we
amina adungu die no Kendrick Agrowini we small boy no da ho no Kendrick Agrowini ene your birthday enti o maame Margaret and way say yemfa afidie so na yema happy birthday
okay and in fact go no nipa wo me listen so no me ye ba akro ma anya yi nti omo fan chemi de omo fan chemi de me ye ba akro na ka
interview with former agent
correct
do masinti we de omo abusuafo mu nyina omo fan chemi na anope na de me ho akire me pa
na tama ne ability ama
e be hwe ni bitimi aye ni belated me danti ma ye ma cappuccino emra na onfa midimafo ye ba nkrato no emra owie ya pe na that's where the LPMs na my nefe yeni penifo no so atase kapo machi
yeah Dawuro
na woko de
nyame adom woko na won so e
o nyame adom ye so ye hu ye pa anopai eden na midimafo he ba fo mo wode man
medase Dawuro ma menchia wahefo ene watiefo ena anopai amo ehwewo na dodo na nso etio ena anopai medimafo ba hospital Dr. Time da so da no na anopai yene mo edi enhia nso ewa fidi kase yesoi na ne nyina eyese ayaresa sada be ayaresa bekoso na Ghana atiasefo nyina ho betimi atowo mu nti ena no pension no yato wonom ewa fidikasi yesoi ni nyina medimafo ba hospital ai wo poko asemayira Kumasi ebu akwa atwoma go school junction na me no kasa na no pay Dr. Time da so watena se ewo poko asemayira me say Dr. Time da so medimafo ba hospital Dr. Dujemfi atena se wo poko asemayira anunti no baby biara wo bia tu anamo faka na bra poko ase oduru poko ase awoso opeka edo ebeko mayira obonsa yarasabia no so besi ewo medimafo ba hospital Dr. Time da so ho ayarasabia no ewo kwan ho pe eni akiri eno aka se ewo akiri mpacho Dr. Time da so medimafo ba hospital yarasabia no ewo kwan ho enu ntie wo se anopai utu anamo na bepie mu enso ewo medimafo seraba ya wonso ho ebetimi atowo na afei watumi anya apomoden pa ewo medimafo na nyame adoma medimafo ba hospital eno edi nkomoyin from the month of June 1st June ekosi the 30th no wacho health screening chenchirenchi koso health screening chenchirenchi koso ewo medimafo ba hospital poko asamayira Kumasi nso ye bua kwa atwumago ne etie no se emema bu prostate no ye cheke ade amamo for free anti prostate screening no ebekoso for free ɛno nti bɛrima bia wɔsɛ ɔbɛhwɛ na wo check wo deɛ sɛ wo bie sɛ wo ni bie pacho prostate enlargement no ɛde ɔhaw ɛde bɛbɛto mɛma dodoɔ na so wanhwɛ yɛ afɛ bɛduru baabi no na yɛkɔ akɔhyɛ wo rɔba mpacho bɛpie mu ɛwɔ medimafo ɛba hospital poko asemayira na yɛn check wo deɛ ma for free afɛ no free hɔ a ɛma no nso no breast cancer on sɛ ɛduru mmerɛ bi ɛsi or breast cancer awareness month ɛbɛba we Dr. Time da so say free 1st June to 30th acheke man nyina obi obeba medimafo ba hospital bia no ye cheke the amount free na ya say empo kokram bi ahyase wo nufuo num ana so say na sitie se kokram bi ahyase wo nufuo num a entempa so na medimafo ba hospital na ya hwe ne aso no enso e de amount weerum nyina akoso opoko asemayere kumase abu akwa atwema ago school junction eye medimafo ba hospital enepa nko a na Dr. Time da so wotena se wode ema wo eno nti obi biara ntwa na mo emra esan se medimafo ba hospital de after say yedisa free health screening ni airbaim obi biara oba medimafo ba hospital no enne no mpacho kai se sika akra bi na ade bejo ayare se wo medimafo ba hospital abibidro nyina adwoso medimafo ba hospital nyankopon ba ade na o cha ade na ode ehaban ene enubra hodo cha o my Ghana no medimafo ba hospital Dr. Time da so na ode asha nsa se mere ahaban to me nyina de asha nsa esansa wo na okasa ahaban tie ahaban so te okasa fa haban ahodo no fa sa wo manfo yare na wonom ho entumi ento mo enu nti na obi a hania wono so no mpacho oba medimafo ba hospital hwe no na afi ne ho ato no kama pa obi nso pressure pacho pressure no enya de se doctor okokotim akoma no ya firi mu na emuma ebibidro nyankopon ba ade o hira so no de ma Dr. Time da so se onfansa Ghana fo nyina yare no onam so ere saw yare obi o so ye diabetic diabetes form patcho mumra medimafo ba hospital enra me no ka nsem kakra erefa ho enan so no mato so kakra ewo mu a obi o ho a symptoms ahoto obi eda no ho ade onim adekode me no obedi sa nkomo no wo stroke nsom aka wato fom na wo stroke nti wano achia no de ye na ma akoma yensa wano no ebetene wa bra wa ba medimafo ba hospital enura yede ma no mpacho tie ne pa aya bibiduro kan o ma medimafo ba hospital emma doctor enhwe ni paduanum na afi onkonkofa orthodox medication emfa ma vacho ebi ensi o medimafo ba hospital o ba bibiduro na yede ma woni ahwe woni etu ase de ma o ne ate no sa medimafo ba hospital no ye scan ye lab ahoto bia bi ewo ho sanso ne hwehwe ni paduanum na ye hunu ba bia yare ni free ba na afi doctor e de duro de account medimafo ba hospital Dr. Time da so medro wa bra onhu yare no ba bia e free ba adekodi enam so ma yare na eba but obehu ansa na omo aduro medimafo ba hospital so no ye medro am obi nkonko no overdose de biara da but aduro bi ade ma obia no asanso dia wo ho nsusua wo ho sanso na susukuru wo ho ade besusuru onom ebre ada ho sanse Doctor all the time na dey adwuma Dr. Time na so de bra na dey adwuma se de onyame de bra de adwuma no medimafo ba hospital Dr. Time na so de bra na dey adwuma enti oba or the bread to yare no so na fe we to ase ade ama but infertility oba ne bema amuntumi nwo no eye medimafo na wosa oba poko asema yere komase abu akwa atwema ago na ya waduro ne de mpacho enye numbi sabi di bitua bi emomna se wan to pe uri guanum na o mena mpacho anaju de so ne bema ne hia munhia biom afei bosome mesono na eba ne dem obi o premium service what ochina person ba for premium service no friend na fe 200 Ghana cedis for registration and no a premium service obi o asmentimi metena se be 30 minutes afe wana ana se empo 20 minutes ansa na duru me so me ahwe me pesa me ba ya krache ni ahwe me Messi day uno ourself call for premium service obi se me minister me MP me ni ada aja me ba me diare yarasabia ho atrantwie enu ntino mama premium service no 200 Ghana cedis na ne atia no so premium Ghana premium service na 200 Ghana cedis no adia ba akono se utua na ba akopenye se bia utua 200 ne adafo for ba be say 200 patcho entesa unya 200 Ghana cedis for premium service ba for review order so ba je dura order premium no so enu ntim patcho nyame adom ochira no doctor be fa limited number ne tie no say ye wo ebirum ho mo ba je duro nyame adom ochira eni awa mo so mo ba for review no mo nyina da premium no so enu nti de obefa number be fa ochira no limited ye mfa bebere se de be ya ye benya bere nso hwe saafo ni nyina enu nti for premium service ye numbers no TV no so but bia na wo tie me o radio anampo wo hwe TV no enya de se utumi ebo numbers no me ebo number na kiro nti faade na twere ana bogu mobile phones no so ji obi a ote nche obe wo na bo number na fagu so medima fo ba hospital ye number na me body ama no ebere bia betimi afra ye na oni adi nkomo bia obusuani obi bi wa abrochire amono ne a opa wo ana ne mema sem wo fom a fa number na afra ye na ani nkomo number no ye 0244 77 4282 0244 77 4282 afe 05 00 72 72 15 05 00 72 72 15 numbers we any edidi juma o metima for ba hospital but obi o a ne mema sem of form sexual weakness fabra medima for wa kokko atu so atese wo ba na be ma e ma kokko ye wo be ma so kokko ye no enu nti fabra medima for kokko timi mo ba bi wo sana ne bra atwa ne menses na ema biem sanya se air topic no nya ye na momo no obon sai wo bra na atwa me pa cha fabra medima for ba hospital na afa ye mo afa mpo prostate enlargement no and I make us from 1st to 30th no afa be health screening e de ama mema nyina na e man so for breast cancer so no ye health screening and so de ama mo impotency be man pacho be masem no e ofom ebi wo awukojo to a oba ye nyane no de ama within 24 hours menstrual disorders fabra medima for ne mo hepatitis ABC ni nyina no hepatitis type bia no o de ba medima for ba hospital poko asemahira o krasa oba bepie mo ho afa obi ho na ni oposana ni ya na obi ani ayeko obi ho nso bonso okwan ni minimu obi ho de nurse si fom a na nsuo atata ne na ase obi nso asese atika mete meto ase tweme obi ho beda sori ase aboro na ase abobo no so mpacho fare bra medima for ba hospital na mo typhoid no se wo kono antu ase a afa omo multiplier na omo be ha oni padua no na afa omo ba be hwa fa bra medima for ba hospital na be man so me masamo wo fom na ayeketoa na phone no o de ba medima for 5 days pe na doctor de ma wo 5 days no pepepe bon se emu ayeduro apaja se de opere no anya ne sa 5 days no du na unya ne sa mpa acho no akoso yusu medima for ba hospital duro no enhira nka nyame obo ahaban na obo mu ni o manyina no ose ani aduaba mfa haban no mfa nsa yare no medimu si na de medimu si no ene se wo ho na se wo diabetes a batom sa anuane we susudi o anuane a wodi a ebetumi aboa wo na a reduce ana me babo amawe o diabetes no wo bi a bato proteins na wo so timi dibi ane bibiti sam takini a the fish ni nyina no wo betumi adi amana aboa nkosua ana afa beans ni nyina no odi a ebetumi nso aboa ni padua fruit ane vegetables no eno nso aye de mawo nyame ya adoma ochina ye base ya bacho ye be ma onuane ahodo ne nneoma ahodo wodi a bacho ade a friend say diabetes no onso ontumi nya bie ana nnuane a wodi so obenya bi so no kira nyame adoma ye tena se de be ma ye number no ye 0244 77 4282 0244 774282 and 05 00 727215 0500 727215 medima for ba hospital Dr. Time da so anopai watena se opoko ase.
All right, me da say so cappuccino na ede sankra to abrabusia kai say aben peche promo no ekoso star 256 star for hash star 256 star for hash for number 2 you want to me radio movement TV Accra na was select number of tickets out per se utwa ba ko 5 Ghana cedis we are na ode umumo pin aka ho na oswet me adi nkunum da se brade abia adwaton de no be ma we are ye be jinkra to preko na fe ye ba na onabo akuku ene nana key so atenase na ya discussion yenkoji reading craft masisi a
Ebusuafo yeni kamfe ani entremu ewo nature medicine aseye yenkonkwaji enuro ewo honomo omo aduro bi a omo de ebo a woni omanya stomach ulcer na typhoid fever obi aduane to ne yem na ne yem ye ne ya obi a wanya diarrhea ene woni omanya indigestion nyina no omaduro no gastro mixture nature medicine diaba ununum bia saa ha no be free ho ntem na wa ye free oba obu nsa wote ya oba wonsa bu nsisi so oba wanya yeast infection no omo de menopause mixture ba pibinom na emwa na won so ho ento na ye free sanso so anom de bia ba mema won so enti enyini kwaso ntomo prostate asha se ye kese no se prostate ye kese de eba ne se Johnson no asesa Johnson no aba obekọ a obechima ansa na atimi aba eno so kra wuntimi enwie enti baba betena se ne nchena juice of frost adum enti no ansa wudi akoba saa edu anadwa wuntimi na saafo no nya mode no eye prostaplas mixture se wunye bi nunu ma ebeboa na wade ho se edu aye ka ho asemi be bi tuntun do bi akọ a benye bi ato e wo ho no mo upe bi atua no afra 024 02 48778899 0248778899 allo what medical skincare enforcement control so we dey no a aye bibia ho no ma upia na how o shatade a o make sure say akata ho ba bia no o de bomodin a na bra unya be du ho nko ade a o mbesesa anima ama ho we dey na ye wiche no homo ebeboa me aye tototro na ha kama tuntun ebe hu se tuntum nie kokwa ani da ho no mo sa na o se men kan kire wo wanimu a ekro ni pimples ni nenso oba age afa ni na onya bedu alowet medical skin care omo beboa na won tu sa ha na se ama akra wo hwe akwa ko osu police station echi a omo e obi ho Pantan Hospital kwan so ba ko ho na Islego na Champion Junction so omo e obi e ho mo kumase no monko patase omo benche filling station no we biara o person ofre omo no number no 0277 580559 0277 580559 Nafa Lady Clean na emadi sese ye ho ntina da no obi kase so mampani mahamani ndisi fose omo che pad e dia masku for maya omo ento Nafa Lady Clean so enka ho e was a pad ndo betimi dia ma no but enka no beba no ho na 1% ka boni bia beba oba ho bra wabu ni nsa e Nafa Lady Clean e na omu hia ti wunye bia ene die ho be we say kama una be bia confidence level no wosro e se niema ekoyie pa ti Nafa Lady Clean die e ma yonkupa eno no afi oba wa bobra no bia ko animu a wa nkasa wa wo so hu bi pen nanso achei opese wo sai reset ho na nka wo secondary virgin Nafa Lady Clean wo ho ma wo uyisu a no so ebebo ama wakoma so ade a wo hwe no wonsa aka Nafa Lady Clean yatonton aw ba bia tonton duro bia upe bia to na do ni achimo Nick Royal Pharmacy awo kwashman traffic light odoko kwan so ho ana wa 0531 156 556 0531 156 556 na oni wono akasa level natural capsules eno so eye mema dia ebra ema ede Nafa Lady Clean esese omo ho no na emema nso ede level natural capsules enso esese wo ho a eno no ebeboa ama enema nyina nso so awie mu die amamu level natural capsules bema osisi tayo ya pa eno no nyebi no meboa bema ho ode nso ate eno nso so no nyebi no ma eboa papa nti ko bia tuntun do bia na bisa level natural capsules na jodie na fa edi ho akagire mu na niema enye yie misra wa opa bia tu apesa ofre no o number no eye 0599 056033 0599 056 033 eno mo nkasa na omomoa high sense so be ma anijia be fie Ekochincha pesika manija be fie aha omo de no omo de anijia no pesa omo de be fie elinti omo ma home appliances papa home appliances e fa ni bo wo fom na ne energy consumption no so e wo fom eno na high sense for e de ma sese ya kasa de omo so mo ye promo television hu promo TV promo no mo ye nyame ya duma wukua da be no be hase omo de 10 days e na ye ntom sta asha se wukua 28 of May omo ba wie no 8th of June misrel Hisense for television ni picture quality no was ro papa na omo inches no ekwa kopim 150 inches imagine so 150 inches TV see with them now to na wo hwe no ya na Tottenham for etwifa Manchester United for you now to na wo hwe ate said the stadium ha enya asem ketwa timisrel na no promotion me ya fridge de no threat na ho sa de mekɔ kyena sa oni ba ho so no mawie we de enjeja ho ye ba ben no pr na wo so walande ateka ne wo we wanti dompe no agye ode na waye free misrel Hisense showroom so matwa petigan ha bibia district bia be kosu bia Hisense for showroom ho enti de obe nse obe form number no afre wo no number ne 0302 550 000 0302 550 000 ofra de obe fa no bebusa ba bia wo ka na afi wa chiro showroom eben wo na onsuso akoto de sese woto akoju TV kama na de akoma busuya na anyigye abafie Tabia heba center ne ekro omo de tabia heba misaba etu malaria etu fever etu antutu ase onuma to a wontimi ni die no onya tabia heba mischa noma enema be koyie eno ena wi makoyira wakra na te said ye wenya ayi vegetable stew papa bi ewie no wani ye de tabia heba mischa juma etimi ye eno no timisrew ha mabubo suyi sebia wanya malaria wanya fever hututuo ana wonu mato wontimi ni die no tabia heba mischa ne so hwe kira kwan eyabusuan nkyemfa duru nti moto nam de begufi a obi obenya problem bia onum bia e de ahoto ebeba eno achi no tabia for the tabia takum so abeka ho a ye de turmeric and flaxseed black pepper ginseng ni ginger na afrafra ye eya adwuma o memantini mu odon se mami nkyerechire mu bio eya adwuma o memantini mu full stop timisraw wa wo pe tabia heba mister ana tabia takuma tono ebia tuntun adobi afo ni kyeho onya kodu ho a obenyi bi obi bia wo pe bia tuo no mfra 0243 686861 0243 686861 na onye ne die Exodus adentafo enru aba Exodus moringa capsules ani Exodus dandelion capsules adentafo enru na omodi ba ya ne botai ni se yare bi ho a oba onipadua no emu a waye no stubborn yare ompese obekro banum no wiase nyina akwa aba stay no otim otim ayaresa bia obekọ bi ye wo mpanie ye wo dieben lab test ni nyina sasrasa enko enti Exodus moringa capsules ni Exodus dandelion capsules ni de yare ye stubborn ti ene wo ho eyenta afọ adonti enumbom anopa mienu awia mienu anwumere mienu odi enum no bre kakra hwe buhunu sanchene kese beba onipadua ne mu bebe tontun ado bia akọ a obisa se opentafo dru Exodus ata obenye bi so opebia tu won krankropom ha ofre na so okọ okashi draglin repast ventures ko wo kuma se akokeo kolina ventures na se kolina keba obenye bi e wo honom ato se wo pesa ofre Exodus for awona my 0544 447 033 0544 447 033 na onsusuru waje wodie Nyoma hamati akonya so a dumso na aba Nyoma hamade ne ho nwanwa oba ban mu a ne makese ne sisie ono nko apenso na na mate se woka se na akufa de moda sanitation minister so nsuo yiri fire nam say papa wani hu asem nko awo time ene nsuo ni ja ka bo mu dako kum nipa more than 200 won kran kropom ha waba wadi dumso aba odi dumso nabo 24 hour kania na dum enti se wa mo ho ansi a dwuma ha mo begu nyuma destroyer pa no begu nyuma nyina ebise nkania de adwuma no o ma obi ene useless enterprise am de ma aiboa ye papa am de generators abanya se me ka se enti mo ko fa ne ho abufu akotata o mo dabi on de adwuma no oye on srem se mo fa dum somda enti ope generator ta for the chemo useless enterprise generator type bia wo pe bia obenye bi se so se ya dantemo se ya ketwa benye bi ato ewo ehonomo Omo actually say generators akese pa no. Mo hia heavy duty no. Ubetwa omo ade besi car so. Na odi abesi adwuma ba fese. Na wa installation bi ese so ye bia ma wa eno no interest ka bia e wa akiri. Opeba ho pompa na water pumping machine. Mo wa de trials use bi atwa ni nyina mu bi. Mo hia heavy duty equipment titu mo ya kwan no. Mo ba no so mo mfidie no ebi e wo ho no mo. Ye wo Ajurigano Bridge, you been 69 American House. Your number is 0248 169 0248 169 Bra, na you know any ija. Na won so enya yeso emfaso pa. Solak Natural Clinic, hona ye kro. Dr. Solomon say, Unyame actually nimdie, ayarsa ho nimdie. Niti no dia bie sa clinic yi na se nyame yi wadom na wo ye asomre na wo ba na naso nko ade a onyame tumi nti yare na de ba no nsa amfa nko so much specialize in fertility problems, kidney diseases, liver problem, edema ana swollen feet no, insomnia ana se na krokro untimi na wo prostate issue bi afabra, UTI urinary tract infection Fabra no mbeso wa ma afi SCI ako di mpamo agro bi akote yare bi a de ni na ba ombehwe na omabo mo mfidie nwanwaso a omde hwe nipadua mu ntome laboratory test prostate scan na fibro scan nyina enso so ewo ho no mo akra ha kokomlemle eno oben Harvard Senior High School eno no ben ayawase Central Assembly no area ha kwa ombehwe kama Fred Doctor ewo 0553 932631 0553 932631 Adafobi ewo efie a woton se efie we sikan kama kwaji da na wa sprinters efie any sprinters insase enya asem ketwa ewo Klagon sprinters a infinity ho no ma e 3 story abrosansa na oma sibia wie akakra etwa so first floor no a 6 bedroom apartment ma wie ground floor no so your single room self contained ye wie na 2 bedroom apartment so ye wie into tima na fe ye toa so no wo ye ho adwuma ohwa so eno mo plot ye 4 ebom ewo no so mo ton into so pe efie no so pe plot no na opani nyina akra o ma ye krado oho ye twen se e bia wo di anyame di ma no brantem na baji number 0246 683597 0246 683597 Frɛ wɔn mo na omo ene wo entwetwe enkomo na emo bi asese de bo bia no yemfa mo aha eye movement television na wontumi radio ye wa hama mo pa nti obi biara wo di dwa obi biara wo ye adwuma bia na ohia ho de wo no wo de braha ya ye krado se ye behwe na ya boa abo ho de wura ma movement television ni wontumi radio so wo nguma di dwa emoka da na hanso ye nyo kese bia kakra bi amansa nyina beto nka na ya bebo ama odwuma no akoso enti wo bibia pese bo ho de room e ma wa frɛ 0509 3014001 0509 3014001 bra na ye ni oni dwa ye wo kokomlemle Newtown kwa no so aso free circle ofa odorize abesna ko akra Newtown a ye wo fifi a ultra first traffic light na be 200 meters na odu ha rana yenu enidwa na bibia enye kama mounti yedimo ebesia na fe yaje enkratoa aka penifo ya baba kan say die na bo dumso na bo 24-hour Kenya na dum. Oh,
Mahama is a ho. Is a ho. Shini ni mo. Ayo ho. Holo.
Yeah, your mama.
Aye.
Odi dumso na bo. Dumso na bo.
24-hour Kenya na dum.
Oh, Mahama is a ho. Is a ho. Shini ni mo.
Ayo
ho. Holo.
Yeah, your mama.
Aye.
Odi dumso na bo. Dumso na bo.
24-hour Kanyana doom.
Oh, Mahama is a ho. Is a ho. Feeding him all. Holo. Yeah, your mama. I. Or the doom son, abo. Doom son, abo. 24-hour Kanyana doom. Oh, Mahama is a ho. Is a ho. Feeding him all. Holo. Yeah, your mama. I. Or the doom son, abo. Doom son, abo. 24-hour Kanyana doom. Oh, Mahama is a ho. Is a ho. Feeding him all. Holo. Yeah, your mama. I. Or the doom son, abo. Doom son, abo. 24-hour Kanyana doom. Oh, Mahama is a ho. Is a ho. Feeding him all. Holo. Yeah, your mama. I. Or the doom son, abo. Doom son, abo. 24-hour Kanyana doom. Oh, Mahama is a ho. Is a ho. Feeding him all. Holo. Yeah, your mama. I. Or the doom son, abo. Doom son, abo. 24-hour Kanyana doom. Oh, Mahama is a ho. Is a ho. Feeding him all. Holo. Yeah, your mama. I. Or the doom son, abo. Doom son, abo. 24-hour Kanyana doom. Oh, Mahama is a ho. Is a ho. Feeding him all. Holo. Yeah, your mama. I. Or the doom son, abo. Doom son, abo. 24-hour Kanyana doom. Oh, Mahama is a ho. Is a ho. Feeding him all. Holo. Yeah, your mama. I. Or the doom son, abo. Doom son, abo. 24-hour Kanyana doom. Oh, Mahama is a ho. Is a ho. Feeding him all. Holo. Yeah, your mama. I. Or the doom son, abo. Doom son, abo. 24-hour Kanyana doom. Oh, Mahama is a ho. Is a ho. Feeding him all. Holo. Yeah, your mama. I. Or the doom son, abo. Doom son, abo. 24-hour Kanyana doom. Oh, Mahama is a ho. Is a ho. Feeding him all. Holo. Yeah, your mama. I. Or the doom son, abo. Doom son, abo. 24-hour Kanyana doom. Oh, Mahama is a ho. Is a ho. Feeding him all. Holo. Yeah, your mama. I. Or the doom son, abo. Doom son, abo. 24-hour Kanyana doom. Oh, Mahama is a ho. Is a ho. Feeding him all. Holo. Yeah, your mama. I. Or the doom son, abo. Doom son, abo. 24-hour Kanyana doom. Oh, Mahama is a ho. Is a ho. Feeding him all. Holo. Yeah, your mama. I. Or the doom son, abo. Doom son, abo. 24-hour Kanyana doom. Oh, Mahama is a ho.
Fini ni mo. Holo.
Yeah, your mama.
Aye.
Or the doom so na bo. Doom so na bo. 24-hour Kenya na doom. Oh. Mahama is a ho.
Fini ni mo. Holo.
Yeah, your mama.
Aye.
Or the doom so na bo. Doom so na bo. 24-hour Kenya na doom. Oh. Mahama is a ho.
Fini ni mo. Holo.
Yeah, your mama.
Aye.
Or the doom so na bo. Doom so na bo. 24-hour Kenya na doom. Oh. Mahama is a ho.
Fini ni mo. Holo.
Yeah, your mama.
Aye.
Or the doom so na bo. Doom so na bo. 24-hour Kenya na doom. Oh.
Mahama. Your mama mamuo ye kashe kwa mamuo to the stand say. Odia wo si na akufu ada fe nipa mebre. But he had forgotten. Yes, he ankyerem say. Yes, na buy no na nipa doso. First 4 years no. But a chena wo ye but ayo de buy no. Mebre no ogu no. Ana mebo ana. Yewra dan botwe mu de omu wie regional integration wie wo mu no.
Ogu no.
Ba ye trans mom de shey. And na wo buy ya. Na akufu ado as at the time aye free so no. Wo mo no compensation de ka ho a anyway his salary ni ade nyina no na enu 400 million wo dia wate so no 2.1 billion na ese na akufu ado mamuo no matwa na edidie na nsusu no odi nyansa na didie dokono no be sei wo dia wo se esua no kwahwe okode no odidi a fufu ebetwa si nanim yekọ hene as at the time of communication na 4 million Felix Kwachi na dia 71 million and one receive to amini anishe say o taste pa and now omu arrogance to the extent say some dodge and na sabi ajiasare na ha no so ya so pani wo ho
yeah
ye mu bi no as 7-day Adventist baby amwo bia no masofo enemy elders wo mo hwe oyire kura hwe o man so hwe ena tese sabi afofo no to na wahuhuru te saponche ayis aboa no che aponchirane na wo no samde oyetmi ato iti mensa of all people enso bra no so ye owu ye no ye nipa mebre kura na teye enema miensa politicians omunhwe ni ye sa wo ye politician na nyare dade a you can go ahead and di atem obetmi amba hantan na ba na mom so tia ya odade a aye jakura dade a hwenyansa
all right
so ye politician na se bia obusuani bia ngudade a ene obetumi go ahead na nso nnua bi awudade a obusuani bia awudade a oso oba fom so your politician na untwamu asie ye dade a ene obetumi apagya wo ho na mmom se yade se ukurom ebi kura utwamu asie ye de a enema miensa wei hunu ye na fanyansa tram so ya MPP na MPP ni se ni ami ye nyina no ade akini ase adomako ba fini ho no mo a say na radio stations say na party no say no man be si aka se wa nyine ne sa na odi nkontompo ne nabraba e na wodi bagi akonya sere mama de abagi dia minia fa de ekọ
Ova me dance.
There be next what is me? Me say 9:30.
Me sisi oye.
I'm say 9:30.
Me sisi oye nti.
Okay, we ma me fa me ni fam na yes I woni mani ni ye kura.
Sisi oye.
Do woni mani ni ye. Enra okọhwe VR.
Odi dum so na bo. Dum so na bo. 24-hour Kenya na doom. Oh. Mahama is a ho.
Fini ni mo. Holo.
Yeah, your mama.
Aye.
Odi dum so na bo. Dum so na bo. 24-hour Kenya na doom. Oh. Mahama is a ho.
Fini ni mo.
Holo. Yeah, your mama. So ohona ye ablikuma hoye sen north akakwe central hoye akakwe central so MP ni onabo ya aboama
Patrick ya aboama
so mo so mako edumaba
edum kwa na ke kwa udika imba ipuve ni dika ko yo asango person
dabi mako edumaba
yakwa edumaba
na Patrick wa mako edumaba
wako so benden
and maintaining
ade to ni anyo wana yiu
okay, I see. Edumu so di okọ pe as a public announcement say awunya president obidi.
Oh, but minim say one day Patrick Bowe president.
Okay.
That and the maso honda pay.
But
oh, me say one day be president. Say pattern this job, but see me one uncle pentem ne I can't contempt to do here.
This other party in can. I think we should delegate.
There be party in the kind of statement by say all communicators, all party, nobody should go out there and campaign and seek to promote any candidate. That was directed. But maybe problem is say.
But promotion is
party we should direct no more fanya, enforce.
Yeah, more enforce. I pass every day.
Now, and me catch a party no. Baku be a cause of trouble. Me catch a trouble for some gloria sumunyo no nyenajuma. Page and be a.
And why need to anymore? And why
grophobia?
You see, a hard drink. Nana came matching. Now, who you dear?
Radio don't know Bible, no here, pa.
In Yankopon, say, no birthday, it didn't come out to Oban, me say, Odi, birthday, Yamanaba.
Tuesdays, me das, I say, Uchabo, me birthday. I will be after me and I can do birthday, be trouble. And I'm so if you almost yes, I am having crop when the yeah, I will be bizarre that will say, oh, I beat as bishop. Oka boot. And as the bitters now walk on winning bitters crow. And yet, and some bitters.
Tabia bitters.
No bitters. There were none home for the man being what on. On same night, you food. There won't you me adam. A shapo.
I think and the two issues are Ghana. Major one, Chief Justice issue here and draw no co-file case ever court. Say nidi kan Radio Mahama kwanya ofa so a wo determine primary phase no capricious arbitrarily a sign so of no effect and all that na nyina so ne say obi the charges ebo wa e bia bekoko so say count no bi a 10 judge ne tena so na ohwemu anu aka so ke bi a count 1 eni nyina so count 2 metwe na mo count 3 5 and 60 there. Uwo say ukubi ano. Ba ni de no an say catch and say you determine primary phase. Eno ano no. Say allegations in say mun de wa hiu say mun de wa hiu ya ka bibia sanction. Ebiem no na Radio Mahama ene ne NDC for the car aka wa bonten say ombe yi na firi ho. Nti no gidi say sa tirimopo na eno modi yi adwuma. De toso mienu o say case ne yesi yenka no in camera. Ba no de ono na asem ni tia no nti o sre court ne se court ne nhye se ye meka na bonten boni bia wa ye bia no ye nka ne TV so na Ghana fo nyina obi ahu bi ne to so miensa o se Justice Gabriel Pramai no o tena asem yi so se chairman of that committee na enye yi because ne di kan Daniel Fori no de petition ne bae no we di kan de asem akọ ema ono abua e ama Daniel Fori no machi just na buatia no e na ono de petition aba no wasan yi ono aso nkota
information create say poor man before Oba Supreme Court no why lawyer ma
stand here I have to verify
yeah from the street
and again obi the petition command President Mahama said Justice Gabriel Pramai why boni bi nti yenyi na di a Supreme Court judge na sa petition no e ba emra no kire article 146 kire say esi de come Chief Justice no determine primary phase it is a petition no Chief Justice nsemu ana oye ho adwuma ana Muhammad ena ne ba ya Muhammad ne a suspending it. How can you say onipa or investigating no
what to be that there
enti no ni nyina wo konkon ho no mo ne ade a aba betum and then odi enti any kan fa we ansa yewi a ye the other issues no dollar ni cd sensema aba na nsen any party se ne ye ato aso enti nanake mami shasi wo
ero me mo ache
meje oso bra
mechia movement tv and untumi radio tifo ne ahafo nyina ene omo mo hwe social media ni nyina nso ye chia wo ero me news platform ina me fanchia MPP supporters amanyuku kese ne chitafo ifiri mehame ekopem Sunday ma eba me kurum du aso tu aso ko munemu aso ebesen ko western region indede kurum na ewi abesin akọ aflawo ni ho na ade bafam akọ akopie na yiri ahemfie ya chia obia
se obi to cement na opeska kakra kan ko adumpa eso be di president na unso obi so everasi etia fi azim e de kopaga na odi sane if ye dey kware so onu so nya election obekọ anti o chiachi dem onya bi obekọ
me da se Dawuro unse NPP amanyoku ba kwa ye the rule of law ene eye adwuma na ye make sure say ye nhyehyɛ ne nso da ne kwanso menim se enche ene ye we nim bi ye party ne bibie ne nkrata mu ato hɔ sɛ wo pepa sɛ obesom party no ye de nkrata ato hɔ befa aye ntoto ano enhwɛ sɛ wo mudie wote obetime agina party n'anima Dawuro yenso yesi yadwene pi yene mpanifo adi nkomo yene asofo abompa yene nananom akasa nananom dom support wa mayen se yenso ye be contest national organizer position no na
okay
menim se ba bia edru no Dawuro
hey and I also contesting
national organizer
se wa hu safi aduma yi si ayachi
I said Dawuro no
unya hu se
mame connect you
so unya hu so ba bia ye no Obatampa o de to was me kan
ofodia na nya bayi
obabi ye no obatampa peneje se onya baby obekọ aha onja o so ye bo bi mrane obatampa
sana omuka ha okumzi
unya obatampa na so nya baby obekọ e na otime grassroots mine e se okọ baby no and I say latest one no say obi so be the cement and it's ka craft dumpe obi the president
also ko president I see
enti you need that film. So, and also be national organizer.
Be national organizer, yeah.
Sa.
Yeah. Baby a party na baby drum no. Minia nana bi ababe ye ne de awie. Enti me de me feel say emredu say oja akonanem de to ho na ode mayen ne to aso na minim ye say obi ti say nana ke ko wini national organizer nana bi de support nyina be mame. Samuel could support to be mami. Ura John Board, we both former organizers in the deal. Na Ura Lord come munina Baba support ya me Jumano Amana ye. Na Dero the intia Amamania Bresse and Mary we say muno. Meaning ye say ubi obeying it to obey pre national position this time. Send the vision in yes to bring the party back to power. Nani minim the inti or deba. But me dear Dero me see my junipino, me share near my be. As a Nema, we will see Timmy Operation Recover All Lost Parliamentary Seats. Okay. That is my main ambition. Na yebeboa presidential candidate bia party ni be no. Yebetimi agina na organization work papa ama party ni yetimi anya nkabo mu. Dawuro de toso bi ma mehwe and say ye did your friend nkabo mu beba party ni. There's no army with divided front obetimi akokon wadi nkonim. Enti the reason why say organizer na ye obi a Dawuro wasi na adwene pese migina Dawuro afa na say migina Patrick afa e bad thing say Patrick ye bibi obetimi aka ana say Dawuro ye bibi obetimi aka enu nti so obehwe a Dawuro wanga so push him afidie so many years ye koyem primaries na ke na why na support am si bo me ye party adwuma ye de ne say the party ni de beba bia no ye be yi anim ni support no enti I think say time the first thing I was here the friend reconciliation and I'm happy say and penny do na start a release apology statement okay say general secretary ye lunch thank you to our party headquarters no general secretary speech o mine say opa party men nyina chew o gina party na namu national namu no opa party men nyina chew se niam e course no ankoye indeed ye no be Dawuro begya to mu amenu me ni de traffic aka kire party for when we were in government se niam ni me we e course na de e opposition but Dawuro o mantie ena de bedru ba bia ne ya ba bedru 88 enti what we are saying is say ye bam ni anso ye de nim de experience ayenya ya som under nipa bebre nim de ayenya ene sabi abotre ene odo aye wo ma the grassroots no ye ne grassroots ni nyina kwabom ni ene o makwa akwaji tumi no e de ama MPP amadekuo no enti ya boa ye ho pa
all right ebre ne so a ibe hu kwa be fa so a yenso ebe boa me de maka se ye fidi etisui obi mo baha no mo se mo de mo bre mo fu oni ade baha nti obi a obaha bia no se o contest any election ye me so me commitment no se nipa no mo bia metimi de aboa ni bia no me so me de be boa no
eto da Dawuro mo mutiri munya den kakra
oh
because see say it ya bam wo pe nkrofobia mo ma betena untumi ye station no kra friend na wo ma and now per contest a continue afedi wo hunu mo number no ofrem
oh no me
case me ka some ka natural me case me ka natural
unim minim na okay say adwuma yi me chance mo an chance and minim enya hanso nko a efiti eyino ho anyina chance nyina me no wa nenam enti me ma enipa ni bi wo kro no akro ntimi frame obi wo ho no akra no ontimi frame
o ma kan me ho ba ko minim ba ko
ebi wo ho no antimi frame
was me kai abrante bia eno krampo de enya hyiashi all the way from Kofobia
enti
that also me kan fo
obi wo no wa no
onya ko drompo frame
yes ye be me ye wo ayinyina obi a wo se wo bre ene wadaje eba ha bia no wa osika de tofu o tuka fi bia obaba ene ye be ye adwuma eye men so me commitment a ma ye ne se sa crofo ni bia election bia be ko bia say police station say hwan me so say me so me use me medium we na me de den me de boa na de ko enu ti no obi se na me ka no obi se me typical example ti se kwesi kwaten
me
na ma kwesi bo kwaten opportunity work kingdom da bia me shada the Monday man because na obi aba ahumi so omo pe position bia ma kwesi kwaten die man opportunity PRO Ministry of Education onyawi ya anu akonwa no a manka so first camera mu akonwa no a no tena so no Monday bia no on samra metena so na o mekire education ne wo ho emfa kire tie for o frɛ na wo ma o funta ba because
me ne kwasi kwate
o na aso na make kire wi me na make kire
kwasi
o frɛ na o ma
o de ma pa che wa ma
no wasoma otimi ya na wasoma obi enti first day am shi opoku mensa o mes na me nim no da ti me shi na me se me ka kofin kansa ga me ka che kofin kansa se me pie na me se aja me hu wo ye onyanfo me nim o da ba me hu a me so obi a odu hu ni na mo koka che kwasi kwa aten se me se ene me ma won kasa eda foforo me ameto nsa afro no abekasa na mo eno no asoma kranfo bu okra ma me anka se ebi a minua menye emergency to bi mra no you see so those things nti bibisa no me ene awa obetumi akoba bi a obekokasa no obekasa it's okay ba me hadie sa commitment ni die me mo a me chance e wa chiri ho ne ye nyina me ye no mo anena Mr. Okusu so ko election bia no ofre me a me bisa ne pupu mitikro ka ya pe me se ye no a ye beko eno anu no se de
ni ho de uza no ho no wo djuma ru angasa na hyehe tezi ni de ma me ne Kwaku bu ahe
na de me kai pa isa osami mitin ni kachi na ke
Daro nyina ye ya ne sai ni
obi abe
eti ye catch party a chita for grassroots no serial callers communicators munua yenso ye Kwaku ginam Patrick Tihei onim de memetimi aye ye Kwaku ginam de team no communication team no serial callers and social media handlers no money e de moko emra so se mo nso mu nipa kombi na ochina bibi ba watimi afight bi di amamo nso
okay yeah that's it ebe o kono susu ko duo wi na yesa o wira fi wachi a na and o de wona na ke di siawa me ne kwa mejasi betimi akwa ye so that ye be grab on ye
I am very happy say why the Rwanda sa betimi e de me ho adansi ti fancy wa
me that's it yeah fa chief justice
say no there me follow trend bi okay say ye ka free senior high school as a mampani John Mahama babontia be yi ano say untwem meboa ye ka say obeyi your friend say electoral commissioner wa make comment on it chief justice there waka ho asem but adentin why din ye ka so person ko tete man ne de on kan ho asem on respond ye
and onyi am from opposition
yes you hear the response all my country Ghana for say enye no kure
the kasama for su kwachi
omu bien kan ho
se konvoyere kati so kan ho asem
and ye to Ghana for Chief Justice Ajoma mani abre so peso yi ni nyina enye se ma me na ye boni mu but opeso odi ni po betimi a control ni ba betina ho na odi betina ho no ma watimi aboa no ama na timi akotete that's the main motive bibi fufuro bia ni hobi
and you ni
bibi fufuro bia ni hobi
sa Ivory Coast president or sa constitution and sa ko so oni esi wo
na oni bibi anopai wa ye interview bi woni former attorney general Godfrey Yebo Adame
yes
na the meeting interview na all the history behind Mampania oma try so be chief justice and now ma fufuro o my Ghana mu
Ghana he ya
o my Ghana mu omo nu make attempt ni nyina ye de ku ne tu wo mo omo make attempt ni nyina ye de ku tu wo mo na de obeye die hu pa ye the same NDC fo ya o former President Rollins Breso high court or Supreme Court judges me and somewhat
PNDC
but PNDC no ya na mu chechim sa kwa na mo shimobufu PNDC ni for na ti nya se du ngati am anya se du ngati ari do mama mo a ora bo achi jan wati asiu ana me bo
asahene so oko
wati jan ko
asahene bo
sabi
wa free mu
bo achi jan wati asiu
sa there be kwabna je na eko
asahene bo achi jan wa free mu
maintain so free mu
o me check sisi a
okay general say du ngati ya oti ase they are high brothers no mo ho all those gurus na no PNDC ne kuta omo no omo ti ase what you say me am of kwabna do fo omo ti ase ba ku ikoko ya ai na nko so president Edim boyfriend say the your mama and campaign manager Alabi mo ti ase PNDC ni fo na me bobom di no and they are the same people running the NDC today. So you should understand that na your mama be catch Ghana for say as for the NDC ni root no if revolution mu ne pie ye tie ni o I say they are from the revolutionary root and when it comes to unleashing violence nobody can match them. I'm quoting for the current president, former president and now current president.
Yes.
And I'm quoting no that when it comes to unleashing violence, see a motu ye niewu ye tu abengu.
Osahene bo achijan egun esie no 27 January 2024.
Wow. Okay.
Oh really? I see. And this is NDC. Ne papa ne PNDC. The same to mana. Na nsa me kotwa mu nsawom. Na me dru nsawom cannery factory no. Na ya closing it down. Bibia nkoso. Ehwa fu. Na ubusa ho say company we na ye company na esom o my Ghana. Enye PNDC for na ton ye. Omo ton ma anye PNDC for na. And now better yes NDC for so na ayi Akufo Addo ton senate ene oye we senate japade wo Ghana hanum dodo na NDC for na ton ye. NDC for to ni nyina. But me atoda ya na me blame wo mo. Dero ye betena aban mu no. Enkrofo kasama party no ye de omo shake age mu. What you say? The seer callers were hungry. The communicators were hungry. social media activists no mu nyina na comedy omo ene Dawuro mu fi ade se ba ya ba efi ba kwa the neutral platform ne so a wo kasa wi NDC fo nko na frɛ no ma di watem. I complain about this when we were in government, that what can we do? Syria callers in a jifre, because you are not giving them even any incentive to buy credit on the buyer course, no. There will be kind incentive and near the moment we have a bawanum. Oba bawanum 300 Ghana cedi. Now credit the know the better for a month. 1 month too. Ukwana ko ha bere wabubu ashi na phones egu nanim be 15 phones yam phones yi obo kekrekeke o che obi obo ai typewriter
na ke oyi tire nyina na ofre
ke machine kuta na oyi obi ti nyina na oyeko and you ask yourself where are you efo Dawuro efo ne ho mfa no
na so makokura dia
efo ho mfa no but ya no be ebebo e ho modern ni a intervene in his case no asenana ma chini party mpanimfo so bia mfi me abrante ba ko me modidin me wana me nya strange call Dawuro say ya pam the school fees na am say na sa wo de minim so ni pass me sin nam woni we na ni we asenana omu bia ni hon ma wa fi me and am say problem. I stood in and paid the school fees for him asenana ke party phone nyina yesa de wu yi anke betina ba mu ache na Dawuro de ye ka kosi ni say ye ka hu bi na de ehu ye hu amen na chief justice na NDC ya sorry ne so na it's so sad so hwe abrantie esuko no mai same jamfi etimi the petitioner ye ne yes obi na atro petition di abre president ne kuta same jamfi chief justice response kuta no
petitioner
what did the TV so kind
a council of state meeting
a minute ne kuta no na mo wi ama be ka say chief justice no friend say ne asem die ne die ye mfa nkose dem mo di sie wan die petition no makan am ya timu nsem ne response makan am ya timu nsem die na mo die judge no mo pese mo kan die mo nka me antie
but this is the first time a council of state meeting
minute Apia Bonten abatu e call so nyina Apia Bonten na it's so sad me like I was saying say you reduce on mine titles be a to a council of state is no more a council of state. It's no more only the America sir. What is the Ashanti region election almost only twice?
Yeah.
First one no candidate ni lose no almost say election.
Yeah.
It's too much for Brenna.
Young Kahasem. Say election no. Until so much manipulate or move so many pani we need a penema and a course. Na side way. They should be very careful. Dawuro, enye da bia na obehunu na ya aboache obedwane hu. One day obehunu na ya aboache. The bi ono so be kofi atwese kan de achiawo.
All right. Now me mesa ba hobi mebusia want to me radio 95.9 movement television and asugu so awutie na kai say aben pete promo no ekosom star 256 star for hash star 256 star for hash rafa number 2 ne want to me radio movement TV Accra. We do auction abema at selected number of tickets now. Akoya 5 Ghana cedis, otro 2 better 5 10 cedis, otro 315 na odu mumu pin e de aka ho na nso so watimi akọ wanim na usu betimi adisika pa ene anopai edimeko Mr. Okuo ba mamenchia sisi anima afia maame afia odo maame isi anima so wo hefam is it Emifa estate ana afia outro MF estate na me hunimi I think be Emifa
MF, I think there's an estate
MF estate.
Yeah.
Okay, one can how.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sisi Anope, good morning to you. Mejidi say oh ye. Na say me ye afia report be the mouth. Into the actually no me hu na my SR report no. Very good morning party. Mr. Ogu. Say o say mo be the president be kakra ansa.
Benkasa mega kram.
I won't can time no.
Me say minim sedakuro. What do I say?
Only sedakuro. I Sudan the wound.
Ojontufo bi was madakuro nyame da o.
I see.
What do I say? Until one day.
And I won't know you so the uncle. So who is here? Assemblyman and our we.
Oh, the we just have.
Yeah. I want to be. And then we will come who see a former. Na also be contest Bibiana.
Oh, Dawuro. Lady kama me fan check say e man ya chief one ahwefo no pai na me
Pat to be send the message say assemblyman did the decry honorable near the frame.
Na me fan check say ma MPP for nationwide. Especially me constituency here or Kwaku Central.
Hey,
with my hard-working member of parliament, Patrick Yabuama. Na menchia MPP for our constituency name from the various polling stations, polling station executives, party lovers, coordinators, executives. Nina mechio munina. So enkugu a party ni di nationally no nyina chi no mba so di party na achi na omwo yurishemu na they are supporting the bouncing back of MPP to power 2028 enti ya no pemechi omu nyina Yankopon ko bia honde oyare nyamensa ne yare de na ba mu abu awrade nhye ne den de oni ska so awrade nyi odumfo bi emwa no Dawuro party ne yesi ye restructuring yesa ahye party no bi enti sere party nhye tie no sa adum bi dum ye na akwanya no beda ho a unia be contest for the second vice position of the constituency.
Okay, so a constituency there no how omo because me say national there o call for second call for first vice na nya wa be di kan no anomaye but at the constituency do omo say
the constituency there
how come file position na first vice second vice third vice oh okay
because one say going into 2028 and say baby a partner be do yes a partner ya moye ho because ya moye ho a we the way especially communicators how we have been treated over the years unim say obi e wo ho a communication dum ye ntina dum asay
ebe you do want to party communication go to office be
no if you work kasakra with your private business
na obi ambonsi wo no baba you no ye
uti anya yi a MPP fo nkwa na de dum bebreu where you know in a community minim siya kola bia na operate provision shop na the bia or radio so TV so ye kosa yenye hu se mami we na ye koso ye nto no ade bi
na no NDC ni bi na jo oye baba jo mahama wini no ko ifa jo mama picture kakra no de ko bon shop no ani aje afi eno ano
o ja se enso bi yina ni
afi eno ano afi obisa ko amje se na nsan no say jo mama na ebo ho ni ntia
o ja se enso bi yina nim
party ejuma
eso be some party na wankoye no mfikyire na mom wasande nanim abeto radio so ne TV so a it's a great sacrifice and a nipa ne enti yenya akwanya na nkesike timi hwe senkrofo yi na so yen mum so na party no etu ya jaja mu emra me ne ukasa mpempren ya sisi yi the only organ of the party that is working 24 hours is the communication. The only for a organ a do pattern to see ya. And now men na keti hey, obeko different stage will be to ho, we flare ha, we send message, we what does it is communication and a year 24/7 within the party. And mesre, me I have this appeal to party for. Say baby bia ubehu MPP communicate so contest election bia you should support the person because omo na ekon okondin edema party na yentimi emfa suehunu pa yenya no emfa machichire party. And I believe say with the years as communication officer, my experience is very rich.
Okay.
To support Okankwe Central.
All right.
Constituency.
Mr. Okum, that's Ebrino Swan, Sena Makano, Ebebu Amunina, and Yankee Chief Justice.
Lero Ghana, Yako, Abba, is Iku, ya be chichiro man, near Beku, near Bechichiro man, near Beku, and to say, okay, a fourth republic now. Omo a constitution. Etimi Emma Ghana Buchia miensa. Tell it to Mirimuko a Crasia no Diana Buchia miensa. I say Buchia miensa, but who free one would be an ye. Obey a democracy, Buchia miensa, and Bako the judiciary, the executives, and parliamentariancy.
And okay, no, yeah.
What you say?
Yeah.
Now, try a constitution was a yentimi massa Buchia miensa yina kwa politica. A bass hapa ye. Enti se abai anase party moya jumaden na mutimi ewini presidency a wanya the executive power. Nanu NDC for the introbeji edada Ghana for ya nebu aka yesimi. The nya majority seat in parliament.
And no master take come over doing so.
Mene ukasa die na aka na magana nibia reshemu se yedi mrebi dino anaso bi ne na nkwan bi so a enya benya mu gidie se hodi enya politics no kura ne ye kan ho no so no NDC for assign e de omho e kwa kobata ho nti se Ghana ni nya asem ho e fa na ni gidie wo sa ohwa amuma wom eche bia na ye fita mewa ema ye dwen twafoni mi kire yen say so bi hye se eche na cheso oba be kan no kura trodo nti na cheso ne nyankopon ya yepe nti ono de obetra temu mu a ko nyame ne bu atan nti onzo ya he no temu afo so nya hye che na obetra ho dia na ne e wo so kan na asem no sane tie emfa ho sane sane emre so de kananse bi kira ye say abrantie bi ano ye judge ena ne mame e ko fu mumra ne de mame ko court ano no kura na so trasem so ebu ane mame enti obetra konyam say judge no odi asem ne pepe de so twen say ese e ma ne mame say yenkotwa ne mba odi asem ne wie ya pe no ko woro na tade oyi ni chere to ho ana ko ba bia ye kwa kobo mame ne man say waba so ommo ne mba no emra na ohye ne che no de obu atentren ne enti sen kai obi ye otemuani a na semu a oba bedie no oka ekwa nkaze obi di na ho akinye na so na die na endis for person ye hu don person ye hu ni say the last trusted arm of government Ghana for wo money gie no so no yemfa politics enkura emra omo yo mo campaign and the president what is ye nim some kafa ye ma me chief justice so ekwa bia oba faso obeyi na firi ho no obeyi na firi because ontimi ne nya adwuma na menim ba bia ekwa ba se e wo se ye timide ye judicial so ko ye partisan and then metie one resource person be this issue o se de o ma sha se na de mame no okosoro ba fo mombe yi no because committee no kra na motie ye no man panyan kasa kra de no kasa ne nkrofo miensa na akoto so
no se committee ni de sa na mrane say so power nipa miensa any supreme court judge for me na supreme court judge ne ba ko ache committee no
okay
sa na mrane ka ba wonim Supreme Court Supreme Justice Chief Justice say be yomo intimi yomo nyina oni intimi yomo at every point in time the Supreme Court na a ruling and protecting the Chief Justice. But in the case of Mami Gertrude Tokono, 5 cases so far na ko Supreme Court. Ni nyina Supreme Court no judge for no ebu asem no editia
say ye papa John Mama
no see yes judge for ni bi say na Mami ni engineer and ye promote no be son ho be Chief Justice nti omo wo ne ho mena asepo
omo ayeku atia no
enti no ye ne ye mo no bi bo ayenyo
but
Dawuro yenzu betimi aka the same say enti mampani John Mama epamu general say wo military mu about 19 of them akofa junior de na be ye CDS
and
okay
and papa
okay yeah
19 army generals na boka millions of dollars training no otimi yo musin chen
Dawuro na say practice a very very dangerous for our democracy. Satima mufuo benya omo abamu bebu say ye bibia kodane amayosen a very very dangerous and na asofo nya akwanya de mo pulpit and na Ghana asofo a magidi nyina wo obi adi obi betima kire particular support wo omo na nkomo kanya me asem kire ye no and na ye bo obi adi obi betima kire
party wo
amanyosem ewura ho. The political scene is there. And now the judiciary.
If I now cut 2 institutions per Ghana and a political, that is the judiciary and the Ghana Armed Forces. Mahama Baye or the politics around.
What do you say? And it is very dangerous. It is very dangerous. Satimamufuo elusu trust and hope in our system. It is very dangerous. And the best. Ohwe niema ekoso ne na won no mutu na omo abom tim po se kwa bia wo so mo faso yi ma me firi bia no be yi na firi ho but say nantwie epodua anka ne to a enka okonfonsem
yes say eya monka se nantwie podua anka ne pa mu a santo enka konfonsem
what you say enti ye kan hu say Lawrence Kurana sabio the nsem ajagefo ahodro ehwere omo nkwankura wantena konwa so ankosi ni wudam ono kura wanka
and in fact Rollins anyani amahama eyi
what you say ono mpa no oye military ruler kan kabi me kai me papa nua teacher Kwaku abesim commercial school then abesim commercial school emra once aye ne second coup na wa bie radio etie radio se otie radio keke kwa was on offense asoja for kobo ne pruma papai e bie window electricity compared to the panoramic tablet and na why for one